right, what's up, all my fellow speedsters, all metahumans throughout the multiverse? It's Kevin here. Welcome back to another stream on the channel. I am once again joined by Paris, Chris, who you saw my last stream, and Darth Chosen. Welcome back to the channel, guys.
What's up?
Yeah, so we got a lot to talk about today, and let's see if I can get Melissa in here. I sent the link in the chat, and we'll do something similar where I'll put a live Q&A. What's up, Mystic? Let me get back to the comments here.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, what's up, Mystic? So, any of you guys want to pop in as ask like a question, I can get the answer. We'll jump around. We got some stuff. We got a lot to talk about today. Some of the Sony Spider-Man rumors that have been going around, some casting announcements / rumors for the MCU. We'll be talking about the Dynamic Duo film. And if you guys have any other pop culture questions, Marvel, DC, Cobra Kai, or anything like that you guys want to go over, put it in the comments, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And I also sent a link to some of the other guys. Jacob and Shamoon might come in, but they're in Scotland for Scotland Comic-Con. So we'll see if they can jump in. I know I sent one to Cody as well, and some of the other boys. So we'll see how many can make it. Nice. All right, so let me see. All right, Melissa, if you're still here, the link is in here. Is in the chat. I'll also send another link to you over Instagram as well.
Bro, you know those like book readers or book holders you can get?
Yeah.
3D printed some of these, and they suck.
Oh no.
I was gonna batch print like 100 of them for people and like give them out or in some gifts, but I have either size them up or the hole because like, and then they get stuck super easy.
Interesting.
Then with the white plastic stains so quick.
Okay, well, we wait for some more people to jump in. I think what we'll go over first. Let's just go over the first one out of the way. There's a casting rumor of them casting Amadeus Cho in the MCU. If I can pull it up here, because I already forgot the actor's name. He was in, I think, the most recent Ghostbusters movie.
Oh yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah, Logan Kim. If I can, hang on, let me present the screen here.
I love how Instagram wants me to go to a professional account. I'm like, no,
yeah, so Logan Kim, this is the guy that, now keep in mind, this is just rumors at the moment. It's not been officially confirmed yet by any of the reliable sources like Entertainment Weekly, Variety, all that stuff. But apparently this is the guy that is allegedly going to be playing Amadeus Cho in the MCU. Looks wise, I can see why. But if I'm being honest, I personally don't really care for Amadeus Cho as a character. So the only thing that kind of excites me about Amadeus Cho, because with all these new characters popping in, like the rumors with Nova, it gets us one step closer to Champions, which is my personal favorite young superhero team in Marvel. I personally prefer Champions over Young Avengers. I never really found the Young Avengers to be all that interesting, at least in my opinion.
I mean, they're not that young. They're in like their 20s.
Oh yeah,
that's still young. But like they mean like teens.
Because
I want to see the new Warriors, especially Nighttime.
Yeah, that too. Because we have Kamala. We already know Miles is going to show up at some point. Like that's basically confirmed at this point. They already like the existence of a Nova project has been confirmed. It was confirmed like 2 years ago, but there's been like no updates on it since then. So it's kind of unclear if this series is going to include Richard Rider, Sam Alexander, or both. So with the Nova series coming, that leads us one step closer as well. And I actually really do want to see the Champions because I just really love their dynamic, especially the OG roster before they expanded. I did like the newer characters that joined in, but that core team I thoroughly enjoyed.
I think them bringing in shows how they're getting rid of Mark Ruffalo's Hulk.
Okay, buddy. All right. I don't know what that's about. All right.
Like, it'd be so easy for them to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see what else. Yeah, because overall, Champions is something that I think is a possibility. The one thing I don't want them to do, now I can definitely see the MCU doing this, is essentially they're going to combine the Young Avengers and the Champions into one team. That's something I'm not the biggest fan of, because they're both technically young superhero teams, but their relationships, their dynamics, and the reasons why they fight and are heroes is different. And I feel like you should keep them separate. Here's the I'd be all for if you want to have the Young Avengers and the Champions. I think that's perfectly fine. But combine them is kind of where I draw the line, at least for me. I don't know. What do you guys think of that?
I'm not really attached to either team either way, so I'm not. I don't have no dog in this fight.
Fair.
I think Champions has a better ring to it. That way, too, you can't say a whole bunch of 20-year-olds are calling themselves the Young Avengers when they're supposed to be like early teens for the most part. I mean, like, how old is what's her name?
Ivani.
She was in Hawkeye.
She's like a year older than me. Like she's almost 28.
Yeah.
28, 27.
So getting some almost 30-year-olds in there.
Oh, hey, Carmen, welcome to the channel.
I mean, if you look young enough and you can pull it off, I don't think it's
true.
Look at the guy that plays Kyler. I think he's like almost 40.
I honestly feel like with Champions, like you said, Chris, it is a much better ring, especially because here's the thing: actors age, especially the younger actors. Because let's say Cobra Kai, for example. Look at how quickly Griffin grew. Like he was a little ass kid in the first 2 seasons. Then by the time we got to season 4, he was already like 15 or 16 when he filmed that season.
Yeah,
and now he's like older.
And look at
he's 18. He actually shout out to him for getting into MIT because not MIT Yale, because that is not an easy school to get into.
And doing acting, Jesus.
Yeah. I think he just started Yale this year.
Kenny too. Like Kenny mutated.
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
Oh, what's up,
Cobra Kai Underground? Welcome to the channel.
Honestly,
okay, yeah, sure, Melissa. I'll send in a new link.
Like, also the thing is the Stranger Things, how now they're having to de-age the actors for the newest season.
Oh, they are.
Like,
because I know, like, I think in the later seasons they had to like do time skips in order to accommodate for their ages. But are they like using CG or something to like de-age them?
Well, it said that they're coming out to de-age them slightly.
Here's the thing about there's one character, and I think I know what character you're talking about. Will is one option because they're gonna give us some flashbacks of young Will, so they have to do it
Melissa.
right. So,
Bonsai, how's it going?
Pretty good.
All right, I'm in, so you can delete the link.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think young Will flashbacks we'll see in the final season of Stranger Things.
Yeah, we're just we just started off talking about the Champions possibly being the MCU and the Amadeus Cho casting rumors.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. All right, I guess we can get you in here for a little bit. All right, Cobra Kai Underground. There's the link. I'll probably post it, delete it, because I already know there's that one dude that makes like 90 different alternate accounts to troll for some reason. Because like you got nothing better to do, my guy.
Yeah, and he likes to and he likes to come after fans too. You know, and he posts a lot of stupid stuff online.
Yeah. So yeah, feel free to come on by Cobra Kai Underground if you have any questions. Marvel, DC, comic related, pop culture, Cobra Kai, etc. But basically we were talking about the possibility of the Champions being in the future in the MCU, and I'm personally all for it as long as they do it right and do it justice.
I agree.
But what are your thoughts on that, Melissa?
What are the Champions?
The Champions is like a younger superhero team. That team consisted of Nova, Miles Morales as Spider-Man, Miss Marvel.
Amadeus Cho.
What's up, Cameron? Welcome to the stream.
I would be into it. They like you said, they need to do it right because so far,
welcome to the stream, Cobra Kai Underground.
Hi.
Yo, hey Cam.
What's up, Underground?
So you have any questions you want to ask before we continue? Cam, you're muted.
Yeah, your mic is off, I think.
So, Cobra Kai Underground, you got any questions for us that you want to discuss?
Well, first of all, I recently found out your channel existed thanks to Chosen and Melissa.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And I am a new subscriber.
Oh, thanks. Welcome to the channel.
And my question is, who do you want to win the Saikai?
For me, I've been an advocate for that about this on my channel and Jacob's channel. I already know I'm gonna have that certain fan base coming after me. I want it to be Robbie. I think the setup is perfect. Robbie is at this point. Robbie is 100% the underdog of the season. It's been perfectly set up. Tori being back in Cobra Kai gives him extra motivation.
Yes.
Johnny being the one to bring back Cobra Kai, and now Cobra Kai was stolen from Johnny. I think it's very fitting for Johnny's son to be the one to finally put an end to Cobra Kai once and for all at that tournament. And this dojo has been a pain in their side for the entire season, for the entire show. Robbie having that extra motivation. I think every single person is going to get hurt in some way. That's going to add extra motivation to Robbie and make that victory all the more satisfying. And I think it's just perfectly set up.
He's a leader.
They already have the rivalry with him and Quan set up pretty nicely. Yes. And I just think Robbie taking home that trophy, I just think for me personally, it would be a much more satisfying ending than just giving the win to Miguel just because he's the main kid character. I mean, if you want to give him a win, just give him a win in part 3. There's like 5 more episodes after part 2 anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I've been saying for a while. I've been saying Miguel can get a win in part 3, and you know how he's gonna get that win? If Hector comes back. That's the
exactly. Yeah. They could do it with Hector. They could do it with they could do another tournament or just some type of Karate Kid 2 style death match for Miguel. I just think I would prefer that for Miguel over another trophy win. Because for Robbie was stolen from a win twice now. Once because he was injured by Hawk in season 1, and secondly because he was mentally nerfed because of what happened with Kenny. This time he'll be perfectly balanced.
Yeah. Yep.
You know how I could see Miguel win in part 3?
How?
I've been thinking about this wrong. If Hector does come back, imagine how dangerous Hector would be if he like has Carmen and Yaya and Robbie and Johnny like they're in trouble, right? And Miguel doesn't even know. Miguel doesn't know about this, but then he finds out, and then Miguel has to go save them. And
that's old season 1, No Mercy. Miguel will be back.
Yeah. Yep. That's the fight to the death.
I think what's the name? I think Jacob hinted at this. That was his theory.
Yeah. So I think that would be such a satisfying conclusion to Miguel's arc.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks for the question, Cobra Kai Underground, and once again, thank you for subscribing. And got any other questions before I get you out of here?
No, I'm good.
All right, thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna leave the invitation open again if anybody else wants to stop by. But once again, thanks for subscribing and for stopping by, and look forward to those part 2 reactions coming to the channel really soon.
Yeah, those are good. Those are really good.
All right, Okay, so yeah. Okay, before we continue on, we were talking about the Amadeus Cho casting rumors and the possibility of the champions entering the MCU. What are your thoughts on that?
For me,
from either of you.
Oh, okay. Well, for me, from what you told me, like I would be fine with it, but they better stick to the roots of the characters.
Yes, exactly.
Right? They better stick to their part of what, like, I was a huge fan of Spider-Man 1994 one because they really, I feel like that was the only, and the Tobey Maguire's version, because I feel like those were the only ones where they really stuck to the roots of the Spider-Man, like what made Peter Parker so human in the first place. And it's like, he wasn't just bitten by that spider, he was chosen to be Spider-Man, you know? And it's like you got to see why. And it's like you got to see his journey and you got to see his strength. And it's the same thing with Daredevil and Miss I think you said Miss Marvel, right?
Yeah, Kamal Khan's Miss Marvel.
Yeah, Miss Marvel. And it's like you stick to the roots. You remember, you show that you remember what makes these characters so great, then you're gonna have a major hit, and it's gonna feel like just like with Cobra Kai, it's gonna feel like even though things have changed, they feel like they really haven't, because you're sticking to what made the Cobra Kai, what made the Karate Kid as amazing as it was. So I would be all for it, just as long as they stick to the roots and they help bring back why we love these characters in the first place.
Yeah, that's a good comparison. Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Cameron, what are your thoughts on like the champions possibly popping in the MCU, and the overall your thoughts on the casting for Amadeus Cho, if this rumor is true?
I don't know much about the champions. I've seen a little bit about Amadeus Cho. What I think they're 2-0 with the Hulks right now. So them bringing in a third one, it's like, okay, can you get it right this time? Like,
that's a great point.
Yeah,
they'll make Amadeus Cho the rage-filled monster like he was in the Solo movie for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know much about Amadeus Cho either, but hopefully just like get a Hulk right. Like, we'll have to see what happens with Red Hulk too.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
I won't lie. I don't think Kamala's going to be on the champions.
What was that?
I don't think Kamala would be on the champions in the MCU. I think they're going to push her for the X-Men.
Oh, Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, that's right. And they also made her a mutant in the comics because
they just hate the Inhumans.
Or now she's half mutant, half Inhuman. And she's like on the X-Men, but the X-Men don't exist anymore, or they're factionized.
I really hope so. Cobra Kai Underground. I love Red Hulk as a character. I really want them to get him.
I love Red Hulk too. Yeah.
Because I loved Red Hulk when he was first introduced in the comics.
I
think I still have one
since the 1980s.
Somewhere here, if I can find it.
I gotta say, the Solo movie from like 2008.
I don't think they've gotten the Hulk right. This is just my opinion, but I don't think they've gotten the Hulk right since the 1980s.
Lou Ferrigno's Hulk.
I gotta watch the Edward Norton.
I think 2008 Hulk was really good.
I love that Hulk. He was a savage. He did not care. He was like,
at least I like Edward Norton's better.
I think Mark Ruffalo is a good actor. He's just not a good.
Yeah, it's like, how do you go from Edward Norton to Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, this right here. I want to see. I want to see this. This is why I want to see.
Ignore my shirt. This is the one frame in the new movie I want to see. Is just Hulk on fire.
Yes, 100%. Yes, 100%. I do too, because like I said, I feel like they haven't gotten a Hulk right since the 1980s.
I know, I agree, and I want them to find a way to bring back Savage Hulk and make it work, because this is why I want to see.
I think that because isn't there a rumor that Hulk, like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, is appearing in this movie?
Or because they got like.
I think I heard a rumor about that too.
Because I think that's how they'll do it. Is Red Hulk just triggers something?
Yeah. So Cobra Kai Underground, they did make a 2003 Hulk. I forgot the actor, but I actually really liked the 2003
Eric
Hulk.
Bana.
Yeah, I really like, because I think that's the only Hulk we've gotten in terms of the movies where he actually got bigger the matter he got, which I thought was a nice little detail even for the time.
Yeah, I like that concept. As boring as it was, I did like how we got bigger each time.
Yeah,
and I think they even implemented his healing factor, which we did. Have we ever seen Hulk really heal? Like we actually see his healing factor in the MCU.
2008 Hulk, we saw it.
Oh, okay.
Right. It's very hard to see because he's covered in Abomination's blood and rubble.
Yeah.
Still the best Hulk ever, in my opinion.
I did send a message to Jacob. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to come by this time because he's in Scotland with Shamoon I believe Adam and Evan as well, because that's Scotland Comic Con. Yeah. They're gonna probably talk because some of the Cobra Kai stars are gonna be there, like Tanner, Mary, Martin, Jesse, and I forget Stingray's actor's name, but he's gonna be there too. So if they can stop by, that's cool. If they can't, it's completely understandable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, Miguel win with Robin.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
Now, Jacob said, Shamoon said that he's hoping to get something special at the Scotland. Some newsworthy special, something special.
Probably me at New York Comic Con.
At Scotland.
Honestly, I'd be okay with that because they can have Axel be Miguel's right. Because one thing, I do not want them to do a switcheroo where Miguel fights Quan and Robbie fights Axel. I think that's really boring because that's feels like such a waste because you already have the Quan and Robbie rivalry perfectly set up. Give Axel.
Because Tori's in Cobra Kai. Tori's in Cobra Kai, right? So it makes sense for Robbie and Quan to be rivals. If Tori's with Quan in the same dojo, of course Robbie would be his rival. And then for Miguel, Axel will see that Miguel's a good fighter. Like Axel will see, is like, damn, this kid's actually really good. So he's going after Miguel.
Yeah.
And we saw her talk with him on the beach.
I think a lot of people are overreacting about that. I don't think anything is gonna come to that. Sam talking to Axel. I think what's gonna happen, we could still get the whole misunderstanding trope that we've seen before, where Miguel gets the wrong idea. Axel, I don't think anything bad is really gonna happen.
Here's
there.
The thing, Kevin. You know my ideas for that scene, and this might actually work because I know a lot of people don't like Sam. So what about this? All right, Axel is trying to flirt with her, right? But Sam sees it and she's like, no, I'm with Miguel. What are you doing? Like, and she walks off, like, and she gets upset about it because she's like, why are you trying to get with me? I'm already with someone. Like, come on now.
Yeah, because they've done such a lot of great work with Sam. I think this season, those first 5 episodes of season 6 were Sam's best episodes. We've seen because she's gotten a lot of growth.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do not take that away from her.
Okay, I don't know.
Sorry about that. Something went wrong.
Oh yeah, no, that happened to me too in our Tadoom stream a while back. I had an idea. What if Robbie and Quan fight in the final? I'd be all for that. I want that. I want Robbie and Quan's fight to be the most brutal fight we've ever seen because I don't think they're gonna do points. I think it's gonna be no holds bar. We're gonna see like blood on the cheeks. Like I want it to be the most brutal fight we've ever seen.
What if it's like a reference to the movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme? Where he's blind. They saw it. They showed it when they fought at the theater.
Oh,
I forgot. Bloodsport, was it Bloodsport?
Yeah, they've made Bloodsport references before on the show.
And there was a theory that somebody said, like in season 1, Miguel couldn't breathe. In season 3, he couldn't walk. Now in season 6, he might not be able to see, so it could be done on him.
Wow, they're just crippling the poor dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You did? That's dope. Nice,
I
Carmen. Man, I think I saw on Instagram. He posted on Instagram that he met some fans on the street. That's dope.
You know,
Kevin, I hope to meet Martin Cove someday. He seems like a really chill guy.
I have something to say real quick.
Ignore me. I'm excited for more caffeine.
All right, what was that, Darth?
I was gonna say, you know that final fight with in Creed 2?
Oh yeah.
You know how what was his name again that lost the fight?
Drago.
Wait, what was the reason why he lost again? Because there was actual reason there, right? Why he lost? There's a real reason why he lost that fight. Because he was so emotional.
I think because they kind of gave Ivan Drago a little bit of a redemption arc because like a lot of like the abuse from the Drago fan was from his mother. And his mother kept pushing him to keep going, but his father was like, "No, it's okay. You tried your best."
That might be Sam versus Tori. Something similar to Sam versus Tori. I think that's gonna be similar to them because remember Tori's mom wanted her to keep fighting, and then Kreese sees that, and Kreese sees how brutal she's doing in a tournament, and Kreese be like, "No, I can't let this repeat again." Like Kreese is like realizing,
and that could lead to Kreese's redemption.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't hate that.
But also also too, something I wanted to point out. You know how in the back in the dojo that scene that got released, that special that got released after part 1.
Yeah, inside
They
the
have
dojo.
like
Yeah.
an image of Kreese, of Kreese looking very worried with his hands
Yeah,
on
I remember that.
and I think somebody gets hurt
yeah,
in
that
that.
could be related to something that happens with Tori. Good shout.
Yeah,
And then maybe
I think Tori might actually get seriously hurt in that tournament, and I think by Zara under Silver's orders.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
maybe
You
Kim
know
Jong-un.
what? I've been saying
maybe-
out of all the kids, I am most worried for Tori out of all the kids.
yeah, because Tori's not
Yeah,
in a
me
great
too.
emotional state because she's going into this tournament like right after her mother just passed,
Yeah,
and it does feel like I
And,
think
like,
Tori's going to
if Tori gets
slowly
hurt,
and
Kim
slowly slip back into her old Cobra Kai stuff. She's going to be more aggressive, and she's going to slowly start to forget a lot of the lessons Daniel and Johnny were trying to teach her during that time when she was in Miyagi-Do. I actually think something that they could do is eventually Tori kind of gets her head on straight. She still wins the girls, but she wins using Miyagi-Do.
You know
Maybe.
what?
And if
I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe.
you know what, Kevin? You just gave me an idea. Like, what if, like, you know how we saw some scenes where Sam is training Tori?
Yeah.
Maybe she uses whatever Sam taught her. Maybe that's what she uses and wins the tournament. Because
Yeah,
I've
that's
been
a good
saying, well, like, if you want Tori to win, then let her win using Miyagi-Do, not Cobra Kai, but Miyagi-Do. I'll be perfect. Like,
yeah, I think that's a cool like full circle moment.
Yeah. I think there
Yeah,
would
maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I like the idea that the students, the Miyagi-Dos, use a mix of Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do against them. It would be even cool to see them like every other move is one of the two styles.
Yeah, I think that's what they should do.
That's just me.
I mean, I still think it's going to be Sam for story reasons, but like maybe, you know.
Yeah, I think it could go either way. It really depends on. Oh, Jesus Christ! It really depends on how they go about it. Because I honestly feel like it could go either way.
yeah, Sam and Tori, that can go either way. It doesn't matter anyways.
Yeah, because on one hand, I could see Tori winning because of the fact that she lost her mother. She has that motivation. On the other hand, Sam is one of our legacy characters, and they kind of really set it up that Sam needs a victory after she was robbed of her victory in the All Valley. So it's really a coin toss at this point.
Yeah, I don't care. Here's the thing. I don't care if Sam wins, cool. If Tori wins, cool. As long as it's one of those two, I'm good. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
They could find a way where maybe both of them get a trophy. Maybe like you could still have one of them win like the girls solo division, but we know this is gonna be a big tournament. We know there's team
events.
So maybe Sam win. You could have where Tori wins the girls solo division, but Sam wins in a different division, or vice versa. And you could do the same thing with Miguel and Robbie.
That's what I'm saying for all. There's team events in this. Like, I don't know if anyone knows that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. They're not going to go down that route.
No.
You know what? That's
that's dope. That's dope. Carmen.
That's a good point. Yeah, this comment. I like that comment, by the way. That's really good. That's a good theory.
Ooh, that could be interesting. Yeah, because Devin and Tori do have a connection. We saw that, so I think that's a good shout. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I could also find some way to reprimand that too. But I could also see a point though too, where if Sam does win it, she gives everything that comes with the win to Tori.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Because Sam doesn't really need any of that. All that Sam really wants is just some closure and just to win. That's all she like. She wants the victory, but she doesn't really care about like the money and all that stuff. Because she's the daughter of a billionaire. She's basically set for life at this point.
Yeah, so I could see where they could work it that way, and I think also too would be good. Would be better for Tori though too, because she not only gets a win where she deserves, but she also gets a win that. But she also she gets both the win that she deserves that way, even not in a tournament, not in a way that a tournament gave her, but also a win that makes her that could give her happiness.
Yeah,
peace, and her realizing that she found a family in the LaRussos and a Miyagi-Do.
Yeah, that's a good shot. I could see them doing something like that. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, because we still don't know all the rules about this tournament. So like, we're probably gonna get a multiple victories.
Oh, we're gonna get a majority of this wrong. Oh, we're gonna get like 99%. 99% of this is wrong.
Like, we're probably gonna get we're probably
guessing.
gonna have like a lot of trophies because we still have no idea how in the grand.
You know what?
Work.
I think they're gonna explain the rules probably like middle of episode 6.
Yeah.
Because you know what I think they're gonna do, Kevin? I think we'll see them. You know what? I think we'll see them training in episode 6, whatever, in the beginning. But I think we'll cut back to the spot where Robbie sees Tori back in Cobra Kai because that's definitely a flash forward. So we're gonna cut back to there. Robbie sees her in Cobra Kai. He gets emotional. Tori probably looks back at him, and then Gardner or whatever the guy's name is. I think Gartner. I don't know what his name is.
Oh, the Sekai official.
Yeah, it's like he comes. He's like, "What's up, everyone? We're here with Sekai or whatever," and he explains the rules. And that's
okay, yeah. I could see that. I think Jacob even brought up that we might get some like quote unquote flashbacks that led up to them going to that scene.
Yeah, that would be an episode. That's probably going to be in episode 1.
I think what they're going to do, episode 6 is still going to be like set up and built up. I don't think we're going to get going to be in the actual tournament until episode 7. I think episode 6 is them setting in Barcelona. We might see them encounter the Cobra Kais and the other dojos at like that bar or where that kicking competition is to set up like some of the rivalries. And then we jump into at the end of episode 6, the tournament is about to begin. And then episode 7 is where we get like the actual matchups.
You know, I actually disagree with that.
Oh, really?
I think we'll get our first fight in episode 6 at the end. You know that one scene where Axel and Zara are fighting the 2 other students?
Yeah.
I think that's episode 6. I think that's our first fight in episode 6.
Oh, they could do that too, where we start off, because I think what's gonna happen, Miyagi-Do is gonna be at the very bottom of the rankings at first because they're not gonna be in sync. Then episode 7 is them trying to work through their issues, and I think by the end of episode 7, everybody's in sync. Daniel and Johnny are good again. Hawk and Dimitri might have worked through their issues, etc. So then when we get to episodes 8 and 9, that's when we get into like the thick of the tournament.
And Chosen's gonna be there too. So
yeah.
Also Kenny and Devin too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's basically confirmed. Like Jacob Bertrand confirmed that on Dallas's Twitch stream a while back.
Honestly, I agree 100% with the chosen one. When he said this, Devin and Dimitri are going to be the first to go.
Yeah.
At that tournament, they're going to be the first to go.
Oh, Devin's getting knocked down in that first round, 100%.
That's why Kenny and Anthony are there.
Yeah.
I heard. Oh yeah.
I also kind of like agree with what Natalie said. Tori can win the skills competition, and Sam, that would be awesome.
Yeah, full-heartedly agree. That was like the one thing that I was really disappointed with at the end of part 1. At this point, it's forced. At this, it's just repeating old plot lines. Because I think you brought this up in our last stream, Melissa.
That was so annoying. Yeah.
I think you brought this up in our last stream, Melissa, that there wasn't really any drama. So what they decided to do is do like,
old drama.
Yeah, exactly. Repeated drama.
That was so annoying. Like, honestly, I'm not saying that Daniel should have punched Johnny, but he was asking for it. Like, Johnny was
yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think like both of them definitely were in the wrong, like both Johnny and Daniel.
But Johnny was asking for it.
It's really annoying. It's not necessary, and we all know that they're going to get over in like an episode or two because we've seen from footage that. They're willing to work together. Like we see in Barcelona, both Johnny and Daniel together are training Robbie, Miguel, and Sam.
Right. I mean, Johnny was super annoying in that match between.
Oh, you are? All right. Thanks for stopping by, Paris.
Thanks for stopping by. But Johnny was super annoying in that match between Sam and Tori. Like, I think she should fight. And it's like, never mind the fact that she was not in the right headspace. Never mind the fact that she was about to literally punch Sam so hard she would have knocked her off the deck.
Yeah.
Never mind the fact that Daniel, who was on the sidelines, could see how serious the fight was getting, and had to jump in. And you were right there, being the ref and not doing anything. So Like,
in a way, I feel like this might be John. So far, those first 5 episodes, I feel like is Johnny's worst season because I feel like even in season 2, Johnny was a lot more mature, and it just feels like in these later seasons, Johnny is just kind of in a way, Johnny kind of feels like a cartoon character right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
in the first
which is sad because
definitely in episode 5.
Because here's the thing about Johnny, like I love Johnny in season 5, but after that, I don't know, man. Like, what was Johnny thinking?
Yeah, I honestly feel like it kind of feels like they wrote themselves in a corner because the fact that they won't meet the Korean Cobra Kai students until up at part 2, they need to find some way to fill in that gap, I guess. But I still feel like that was really unnecessary. Yeah, so John was definitely wrong, and I feel like he knows that. I think the reason why he brought that up was because he was kind of getting tired of Daniel bringing it up over and over again. Because in that instance, I can somewhat see Johnny's point of view because that would get annoying.
But that's what he asked for, though, when he agreed to join Miyagi.
That's what he asked for.
That's what he asked for, and to be honest, like, would he have been so insistent on that fight continuing if it had been Devin that Tori was about to knock off that duck? So it's like, no, it's like, I mean, he might have been right about Tori needing to fight her way through the grief, but not with Sam. Not with Sam, not with any of the other students, because she was too dangerous. It was too dangerous for.
They should either A, had her spar with one of the senseis, or B, temporarily put a pause on the fight, have her catch her breath, and they essentially redo the fight like an hour later after she's calmed down.
Or the next day.
Yeah. Or I think what they should have done, instead of the next day, have them continue to fight at night where it's just Sam, Tori, Daniel, and Johnny. That's it. Nobody else is at the dojo, so they can just focus on the fight. I think that's how they should have handled that situation.
And I'm like thinking broad, and I'm thinking they're having
exactly. That's a good point. I brought this up before. Tori is essentially going through her own season 4 Robbie arc.
Yeah. Yep. And we all know how that ended.
Yeah.
But
I think Tori's first reality check about this tournament is going to be when she sees Quan kick the absolute hell out of somebody.
I think her first realization is going to be when she actually is forced to hurt Devin.
When she faces Devin, yeah, I think it's going to be very similar to what happened in the training in season 5 when Kim kept telling her to go further and further.
Or Kevin, it's going to be similar when Robbie was going crazy on Kenny in the season 4 Valley.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like when she's forced to hurt Devin. I think that's going to be her eye opening. And for there's a that old saying about how Mr. Miyagi said never putting passion over principle, because even when you win, you
still lose in the end.
Because now Tori's chosen to learn that the hard way.
Yeah.
Tori's gonna learn that lesson.
At the end of the day, like, I think people aren't going to worry too much. Tori being in Cobra Kai is just going to be in part 2. She's going to come back to Miyagi-Do in part 3.
Oh, yeah, definitely part 3.
Or what they could do is Tori still stays in Cobra Kai, but it's not Korean Cobra Kai. It's Johnny's Cobra Kai, because they could still end it off with Johnny taking back Cobra Kai. Even though I feel like
part 3. I don't know how they end it is a little bit of a with whether or not Cobra Kai is still going to exist is a bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's really the only thing up in the air. But I mean, honestly, I think it might take Tori a while in part 3. I don't think she'll come back right away.
Yeah, I think she's gonna. I think what will happen after the events of the tournament, after the aftermath, Tori's gonna probably take a break and just kind of is gonna go on like a more discovery arc to kind of just to think. I think it's gonna come down to Robbie and Devin. Yeah, I think it's gonna come down to Robbie and Devin, because those are the two people that are closest with her. They're gonna bring her back.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But this is where I think Julie could come into play, because Julie understands Tori probably better than anybody, because she not only knows what it's like to lose a parent, She knows what it's like to not have parents.
Yeah.
And she knows, and if anyone who's watched the next Karate Kid, she was a lot like Tori in the beginning.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, she didn't have psychopathic tendencies like Tori did. I mean, like she didn't try to beat another girl to death with her bare hands with spikes or break into their people's houses. But in terms of anger, even Mr. Miyagi said, it's like anyone who has grief trapped in their heart is of course going to lash out. Of course it's going to have anger, and I think Julie would understand that better than anybody.
Yeah.
Julie didn't compete Julie didn't need to win in a tournament. Julie didn't compete in a tournament to get the win that she wanted. Self-respect, and
Julie is honestly the perfect mentor for Tori, assuming if they were able to get Hilary Swank back, which I hope they do.
I think so, because I feel they're leaning towards that, because when Daniel opened up the box and he saw Kisuke Miyagi.
Yeah, that was the alias he had in Next Karate Kid.
Yeah. And imagine if there's something in there, and we know Daniel knows Julie. Mm-hmm. We know that he knows her.
Yeah, if he doesn't know her, that would be a bit of a plot hole, because you're going to tell me that they didn't meet at Miyagi's funeral.
Yeah, no.
I actually think, yeah.
They might have met beforehand. I actually think that Daniel and Julie might have trained together, because I think
that would be a dope flashback if we got that. That would be sick.
Because Daniel did hint at Julie in season 2. Because remember when he started training Robbie and Sam? He said, it's been a while since this dojo, not Miyagi-Do, this dojo has had more than one student.
Oh, yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah. That's the... Mm-hmm, yeah, I agree. So that definitely has had to have been a hint at Julie. I hope we get that would be sick if we got a flashback of like a younger Daniel and a younger Julie trained together.
Yeah.
I have something to say before I go. I do have to go after this, but I have something to say real quick before I dip out.
Yeah.
Since you mentioned Johnny's Cobra Kai or whatever, Tori going back to Johnny's Cobra Kai. You know one scene I want to see in part 3?
What?
I want to see a scene where Tori's alone, right, in her room. She sees a gi of Cobra Kai, the Cobra Kai gi, and the Miyagi-Do gi, and she's looking at both of the gis, and she decides which one is the perfect path, right? I want to see that scene. And then I think that's where she'll realize that Miyagi-Do is the way. And then she's going to throw out the Cobra Kai gi. She's like, goodbye, Cobra Kai gi. I'm done with you, Cobra Kai. Throws out in the trash bin, and then she keeps the Miyagi-Do gi, and that's where she realized that Miyagi-Do is the way. And I think I see this in part 3. I think part 3 is more
I would like that. Yeah. I would love it if Tori stuck with Miyagi-Do to the very end, but I think it really just depends on what the creators have in store. That would be interesting. I don't think they're going to do that, but anything's possible.
If do that, Mystic, I think this is going to be, if they do that, Mystic, I think that'll be part 3 if they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be like a period before they go back to the States.
I think they kind of missed that opportunity, though, in episode 5 when, Chosen was back in Okinawa and Tori was. I
kind of wish there was a bit of an Okinawa training arc with some of these students. I think it would have been really dope if they brought some of the kids down to Okinawa to train for a bit at Chosen's dojo.
I did, by the way, actually, since we're mentioning Okinawa, I did hear a rumor. Now, this is not confirmed, by the way. I remember a long time ago, there was a casting call. I think it was related to Okinawa, and I think this is when they were filming part 3, by the way. So we could get an episode of Okinawa in part 3. We could get one.
Yeah, the students.
What else can you do in part 3 other than the final battle? What else can you do in part 3 other than the final battle? Like
tease part 4.
Imagine there's a part 4, secret part 4.
Yeah, sequel series. They won't pull or they'll do what everyone thought for JJK was gonna do.
A secret part 4 coming in 2027.
Honestly. I'd be all for that. I'll be all for that if there was a secret season 7. But any closing thoughts, Dark Chosen, before you get out of here?
Not really. I just hope everyone has a great day. I might come back actually. I'll see if I have time to come back and pop in a little bit, but who knows?
All right. Thanks for popping in, man.
Of course. See you later, man.
All right. Take care. All right. Any closing thoughts about Cobra Kai, Melissa, before we slip into our next topic?
Okay. Well, for one thing, I think that Miyagi is winning this tournament. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, they may be off sync, but they're not going to stay that way for long.
Yeah.
I think that, and I want to make this clear again, because I feel like I'm always on the fence when it comes to like when discussed Sam and Tori, because that's become like such a very stupid, sensitive topic for certain fans. You know, you have Tori fans, you have your Sam fans. So I want to make this clear. I want to make this very clear.
Mm-hmm.
I love both Sam and Tori. I love both of them now.
Yeah, me too.
Now, just because I can't see, just because I don't see Tori winning the tournament as Cobra Kai, at least not the main tournament, I could see her winning the skills because she does have skills.
Oh yeah, 100%.
She does have a lot of skills. I could see her winning the skills, but just because I don't see her winning the tournament, and I see Sam winning the tournament, it doesn't mean that I don't want her to win. I do want her to win, but I want her to have a win where she not only gets a better life, but also gets a happier one too. She gets and I think that's a better way to honor her mother, because she is actually honoring her mother.
Yeah, to get that opportunity in life that her mother probably never got.
Right, exactly. That gives her the and I see Tori getting her win through Sam. I see Sam helping Tori get her win when Sam gets hers. Because I think, like I said, I honestly think
in a way they both win.
Yeah, I think Sam's win leads to Tori's win, because like I said, I honestly think that if Sam does win, she's going to give it all to Tori. All of it. Now, it may take Tori a while to accept it, but she's going to give it all to her. The sponsorships, the money for college, everything. And I think part of part 3 is going to be her realizing that the win that she wanted wasn't the win that she needed. The win that she needed was to know that she hadn't lost her family, and that she has a family in the LaRussos and in Miyagi-Do.
Mm-hmm.
And
thank you for bringing this up.
That's a win.
I am so sick of seeing this all over the internet. Like,
yes,
the fact that people can't differentiate between a fictional character and an actor is crazy to me. Like, it is not that serious. It's a fictional character. Like, here's the thing: you can dislike Sam. That is perfectly fine. But going as far as to attack the actors, come on, really? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
He's not real, people. At the end of the day, Miguel's not real. Robbie's not real. Tori's not real. And this isn't
it's not like this is an isolated incident in this particular show. Like, we've seen it in Star Wars with
Miss Marvel,
etc. We've seen it in almost every form of pop culture and movies, TV shows in general.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Disgusting. I am in no part. I am in no part of that. I want no part of it.
Exactly.
Like I said, I want the reason why I don't see Tori winning the Sekai Tekai while she's in Cobra Kai is because I don't think that may be the win that she wants and that fan wants, but it's not the win that she needs. She needs a win where she can really honor her mother. I know she thinks she's honoring her mother, but she's not.
Thanks for stopping.
There we go. I finally got it working.
Took you long enough.
I've been like trying to figure out my thing's been being weird.
You.
It hasn't been letting me join for I don't know what was going on, but I got it working now, so
nice.
I'm good. I'm here.
Nice.
All right, welcome to the channel, man. We're just right now we're just talking with some our Cobra Kai theories for season 6, and got any thoughts before I get back to Melissa?
Cobra Kai theories for season 6.
Yeah.
Well, can you watch the show?
Yeah, no, I've watched all of it. It's awesome. I love the show a lot. The cinematography, all the fights, everything has been fucking awesome. Sorry, I don't I don't know if I don't mean to cuss much. I don't know if that's
you're fucking good, man.
I know.
Okay,
I know. We
good.
I do it all. Me and Jacob do it all the time on each other's channels.
Son
It's
of a
fine.
bitch.
Now you should have seen us on our Geek Week stream. We were ranting like hell.
Nice.
I saw Christian last week just talking about Thunderbolts, and you were just going
oh, that was funny.
Hated it.
Yeah. But anyway, continue, Volk.
I wouldn't say I have much to say. I'll probably.
It's almost.
I don't know, because it's. I feel like it's going in a really good direction. After what happened at the end of the last episode that came out, I'm very excited to see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's honest. I am happy with it though, with the
All
show.
right. Okay.
So.
All right. I'll give the floor back to you, Melissa, before we jump into our next topic.
Yeah, and another closing thing. I think we're going to see a Kreese versus Terry Silver.
Oh yeah. That was set up. That's been set up for like the past 2 seasons. It's 100% gonna happen.
I would love to see that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's gonna happen because I know they haven't confirmed it. There's 100% gonna be a brawl after the tournament. I think that's guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't be Cobra Kai without a big brawl.
Yeah.
Like
and that's another thing. All these people who are saying that, Sekai Tekai is not going to end in part 2. It's going to continue on into part 3. I was like, no, it's ending in part 2. Like, there's no way they'll let it bleed into part 3. Like, part 3 is going to be part 3 is going to be part 3 is going to be a different chapter.
Yeah, I think part 3, it's going to be very similar to like season 2 or season 3. It's going to be focused outside of tournaments.
Yeah. Yep. And like I said, I think Sam getting her win leads to Tori's win, the win that she needs. Maybe it's yeah. And that's and Johnny and Daniel retiring as senseis and passing their headbands on to the next generation.
Oh, I'd be for that, because I know they haven't said it. Robbie is 100% taking over that dojo. It's the setup is very beautifully set up there. I think it'll be a good full circle moment. I know. Oh, nice, Chris. I think it's going to be a great full circle moment with Robbie, Daniel's. Okay, yes, Sam was technically Daniel's first student timeline wise, but in terms of the show, Robbie was Daniel's first student. It would be so fitting if he takes over the mantle. And we've already seen Robbie is a good mentor. We've seen him mentor Kenny. We've seen him mentor Anthony in the background. And I think I know he already has Kenny. I actually wouldn't mind it if maybe Robbie runs into a kid at the end of part 3 that is just like him, like a kid that's maybe stealing. That's, he's had it rough. He just kind of needs a break, and Robbie gives him that break the same way that Daniel gave him a break in season 1.
And for me, I could see Sam. I could honestly see Sam taking over, going to the Okinawan dojo. Like,
ooh, that could be cool. And you could like set that up in a potential spinoff if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Like that would be a great potential spinoff, Chosen and Sam spinoff.
Yeah, because I think it would be very fitting. This new generation of Miyagi-Do is made up of like quote unquote imperfect people like Robbie and Tori. And Robbie and Tori like are able to teach these kids and pass down the lessons from Johnny and Daniel, but also make sure they don't go the same route that they did. I think that'd be a very perfect.
And also too, something else would also be good. Like, what if Tori like goes back to Miyagi-Do as a student with Robbie as the sensei?
Oh, that could be interesting.
That would be interesting. I also could see Miguel going with Sam to Okinawa, maybe deciding that Stanford is not for him, and going with Sam. Kind of like breaking that old tradition where how Mr. Miyagi said to Yukie, I made one mistake when I left for America. I should have taken you with me. And with Chosen, he said the same thing to Kimiko on her voicemail. I made one mistake when I came to the Valley. I should have taken you with me. Sam and Miguel could actually wind up breaking that, where they go with each other. Maybe Sam takes Miguel. Maybe Sam takes Miguel with her, or Miguel goes with Sam.
Yeah,
You
because so
know?
far the only future ending that we know is happening is Dimitri going to MIT. Hawk is kind of up in the air. Miguel's up in the air whether or not he's going to go to Stanford or if he's going to choose a different path. Robbie is 100% going to
I think
become a
he's choosing a
sensei.
different path. I think
Yeah,
Miguel's
so
gonna
far,
choose.
I think the two that are guaranteed to stay in the valley and teach the next generation are Robbie and Tori.
Yeah.
Miguel, like you could still have him go to college, or you can go a different route with him. I think I can't remember if it was RJ or Darius in our other streams that
I think
mentioned that maybe he
different route.
goes
I
to
think different
Okinawa.
route with Miguel.
Yeah,
What?
I'd be all
Yeah.
for that. I think that would be more interesting than him going to Stanford. I'm gonna be honest. I could not give one single fuck about Miguel going to Stanford. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
don't care for the storyline. It was poorly set up, and they haven't done any fleshing out with it. Why does Miguel even want to go to Stanford at all? And you're gonna have to really sell me on the fact that Miguel is a straight A student. Yeah, sure, okay.
He actually. There's no evidence that suggests otherwise that he's not.
I know, but like you're gonna sit here and tell me you really have the time to do your homework when you spend hours training in karate or going on dates with Sam? Because that's all we see Miguel do is karate and dating Sam. That's all we see him do. Because at least with Robbie, he at least has at least with Robbie,
he has all this time.
Yeah, Robbie at the very least he has skateboarding. He has that hobby. Dimitri and Eli, they have their computer science hobby. We haven't really seen Miguel have like a hot side hobby outside of karate. So that's my biggest issue with this whole Stanford storyline.
If you think about it, Tori's got 2 jobs. She's dating Robbie. She's going to school. How does she have time for karate?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like they find a way to make it work.
We talked about this on Jacob's channel as well. I think that'd be a great ending for Robbie to maybe.
I don't know if that's going to happen though.
Yeah,
because Robbie needs some money too.
Yeah, true. They could split it. Now the thing is, we have no idea how the prize money is going to work. How much you're going to get if you win. So maybe Robbie can give him enough to where he can go to Stanford, and not worry about student debt, and he still has enough for himself.
I also too think he's gonna give it to his whole family in general.
Yeah,
but I think Miguel's gonna go a different path.
Yeah, I think that'd be more interesting than him just going to Stanford.
Like they've been hinting. I know they're trying to kind of they're kind of trying to make us think otherwise by having us think that Stanford story and then so they could throw us a curveball. But they've been hinting at Miguel going to a different path, a bigger path.
Yeah, and this was kind of foreshadowed in season 4 too, where Daniel told him.
That's what I was gonna say.
Even Daniel, who is a billionaire who owns 3 different dealerships, he didn't go to college, and he even said, sometimes in life it's not just a straight line. Sometimes you have to take that circular path.
Yeah,
and I think that's what's going to happen with Miguel, because you could still have it where Miguel is technically the new age Karate Kid, but in a way where he doesn't his future isn't set in stone. It's ultimately up to, because the college route is that basic thing that everybody tells you. But here's the thing: not everybody goes to college. Even in my family, there's some of the people in my family didn't go to college, and they turned out fine.
Yeah. No, I think at this point they're all the Karate Kids, all of them.
Yeah.
Sam, Miguel, Robbie, Tori, Hawk, and Dimitri.
Yeah, that's a good point, Mistake.
They're all the Karate Kids. They're all the Karate Kids.
Yeah, they're all going to have go.
Honestly, I think that if anybody could see if I could see any of the students going to Okinawa to stay, to learn from to learn the Okinawa branch and carrying on Mr. Miyagi's legacy that way, and on that branch, I could see it being Miguel and Sam. Mainly Sam, because she's the only one that has never switched dojos. She's the only one that has always been pure Miyagi-Do.
That is true. She's always been completely loyal to Miyagi-Do.
Yeah. There were definitely the only time you could really argue she wasn't was maybe season 4 when she was secretly trained with Johnny.
Yeah, but even then, she still
she was still loyal to Miyagi-Do. She just her big problem was that she wanted to be given the opportunity to learn a different style and combine it with defense.
Right, but not leave it, not leave Miyagi-Do.
Yeah.
Like, not forget Miyagi-Do's teachings,
Just like to kind
If
of go
anything,
her
he
own path.
found a middle
Just
ground.
like how Miyagi told Daniel in Karate Kid 3.
Forge your own path.
Yeah.
One day you're going to teach your own way.
Uh-huh.
And I think Sam actually understood that lesson better than Daniel did, because not only did she form her own path, but she also found middle ground. She was the only one that saw the benefits of learning both styles and actually fused them together.
Mm-hmm.
And made her own style.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a carbon copy of Daniel's style or Johnny's style. It was her own style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. That's a good point.
Those are my closing thoughts.
Yeah, those are some closing thoughts. All right. I think we'll transition to the next topic, and that is the Dick Grayson, Jason Todd dynamic duo film.
I'm so excited.
I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah. So in terms of this film, I'm cautiously optimistic because I want to see, because I was hoping this was going to be live action. I am not opposed to it being animated, but they're taking some interesting creative choices with it. I'm still going to give it a chance because I love both of these characters with all my heart. They're some of my favorite comic book characters of all time, both Nightwing and Red Hood. I just really want them to do this justice. And I have this article open. Once Melissa gets back, we'll probably go into that. But overall, I'm cautiously optimistic. What about you? What about you guys?
I am too. I am.
Yeah. I don't trust Warner Bros. But I'm excited. I just don't think, because I read in a post, they're thinking about doing a hybrid with some live action elements. Like Spider-Verse.
I haven't seen anything about that, so I'm not sure.
It was one post, but it's taking heavy inspiration from Spider-Verse.
Is it going to be canon to the new DCU? Like, I know it's animated.
It hasn't been officially confirmed if it's going to be DCU
I think it
centered,
will be.
like Creatures Commandos, or if it's going to be its own like Elseworlds type thing.
I don't think.
But I think it has been confirmed. It's going to be released in theaters. It's not going to be one of those DC straight to video movies that we've seen in the past.
Yeah,
and that reminds me, wasn't there gonna be a Batman? Wasn't there original? Like I'm pretty sure they scrapped.
Yeah, it was a Batman Beyond.
There was going to be a Batman Beyond movie.
It was in the same style, and
right?
I believe it was even supposed to be made by the same people that made Spider-Verse as well, but it got rejected. But then again, that was like with the old management with DC, and there was even at one point a live action version of Batman Beyond that we were supposed to get with Michael Keaton, but that didn't go anywhere either.
Apparently,
thanks Warner Brothers.
Apparently, it was supposed to be Robert Pattinson as Batman Beyond.
Really? Huh,
that's what in early drafts and.
I didn't hear anything about that. That would have been interesting.
Yeah, Kevin, you don't know how deep I went.
Honestly,
researching this, so.
Warner Bros. Definitely. Honestly, Warner Bros. They need to take a step back a little bit and remember why these characters are as great as they are.
Yeah, I agree.
They need
all right,
to
so
go back
I'll be
and
reading this.
Yeah,
we'll just be breaking down this. I'm gonna be using the Variety article. I'm pretty sure Entertainment Weekly and Deadline have basically the same thing. But essentially, ahead of the debut of DC's anime Max series Creatures Commandos, the studio is mounting its first animated feature project dynamic duo with Warner Brothers Pictures Animation. But rather than focus on Batman and Robin, the film will serve as an origin story for Robin, aka Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. It is confirmed that it's going to be Robin centered, so it's going to be probably a younger Grayson and a younger Jason Todd, I guess.
I can see this being the transition from Nightwing or from Robin.
Oh, like
Nightwing.
that weird period where Dick was passing the mantle, but he wasn't officially Nightwing yet. I think that's probably what the route they're probably going to go to.
So there's a new thing in the comics where they're going to bars and whatnot, hanging out like brothers, and I could see it kind of building up to that towards the end of the movie.
I could see that.
And they're not even in costume for most of this run too.
Interesting.
So Easy
All right.
cosplays.
Matthew Aldrich, if I mispronounced that, I apologize. Is writing the film, which will be produced by Matt Reeves' production company, Six in Idaho. But the story will be separate from Reeves' ongoing Gothamverse. Okay, we all assume that. Instead, it will be depicted how the friendship between Grayson and Todd as youths becoming tested by their diverging ideas for what their future should be. Oh, okay. Honestly, I think it's going to be that route where maybe Dick and Jason. It's going to be Dick and Jason, but they're not Red Hood or Nightwing. I think it is going to be that transitional period where Dick will become Nightwing at the very end of the movie, but Jason is still Robin. In DC Comics, after their respective stings as Batman's sidekick, Robin, Dick Grayson becomes the superhero Nightwing, while Jason transforms into the violent vigilante Red Hood. I think that's just
Red herring. I think we'll see. The first half will be them as Robins, and then the latter half might be them as Nightwing.
Oh, like it will probably like flash forward.
Yeah,
I could see them doing that. Animation will be handled by New Orleans-based Swaybox with Mary co-founders Arthur Mintz and Theresa Anderson, respectively directing and producing. Swaybox has pioneered an innovative approach to puppetry. Now, this is the one thing I'm a little iffy about puppetry. That is a hybrid of live action, motion capture, stop motion.
Is it going to turn into like Star Wars? You're just going to have like just puppet sock popping like, oh,
yeah. I think what they're going to do, I forgot what the movie was called. It was puppeteering. If you remember, because I think Cameron Volk, you'll probably remember this because we were in video production together in junior year. They showed that Miss Wistran showed this film to us at one point. It was Kudo or something like that. It was like a puppetry animated film. But if they go down that route, hang on, let me see if I can find it.
I think that it can be done right, but they'd have to be like
Kudo 2 strings. It might be in the style of this. Let me see if I can.
I remember that.
See, the issue with it is they need to choose a style and stick with it. Seems like they haven't, or they want a mix of styles.
Yeah,
here.
It's like they can't choose between either, so they're going for like a mid ground, which like
could work, but
it could, but
yeah, something like this.
Oh, Kubo.
Yeah. I honestly, if they go down that route, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I like that.
Yeah,
it had some good fights in it, so I think it could work.
It is an interesting style.
It's like a very well-made movie.
It is, yeah.
I don't think so far the writer that they chose is going to be good for this type of a project.
Yeah. But it's still in the early stages, so stuff like this, like writers can drop out. We don't know, so I'm cautiously optimistic for this.
They lose more than 2 writers.
The writers can either make a movie or break the movie.
Yeah,
dude wrote Lightyear.
It said Coco as well, and I was like, okay, Coco, like I can trust him if he just wrote Coco.
Yeah, but Coco was like 90% song.
I'm
pretty sure he didn't write most of the songs.
Lightyear.
The one reason why I'm going to give the writer a chance is because I think this is going to be also an emotional movie too. And I think if he wrote Coco, because Coco was emotional as hell. Like I cried when I watched that movie. I think
great movie.
This writer can probably handle like the emotional stuff, like Dick comforting Jason, because Jason has had a rough life growing up on the streets. So I could see them nailing like stuff like that in the brotherly dynamic. I think they can nail. It's just everything else, like them as Robin, them as vigilantes and stuff. I'm just a little iffy on that. That's like my take on that.
I'm iffy that they're going to get the characters right and not just write them as generic people, because they have more of like that brother in the comics. At least they did not get along until like way after they were Nightwing and Red Hood. And that was after Red Hood made amends with Batman and stopped shooting people. And even then, they're still kind of like, I'm going to beat you. I will kick your ass if you piss me off. And in one of the panels, Nightwing was saying, hey, careful, I might have a crowbar in this bag.
Oh. I remember that.
So this is Jason pre-crowbar?
Both, it seems.
Okay,
I just pulled out a whole bunch of my Titans and Nightwing books because I want to find that, or the panel I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Overall, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Now, there's to answer your question, Cobra Underground, if you're still in here, there is no confirmed release date. This is just a project that they recently announced like a few days ago. So
it's
overall,
probably-
I am cautiously optimistic. I know I said that like 3 times already, but I think it all depends on execution. And it's like you said, Melissa, writing can make or break a film. But I think if they can stick the landing, I'd be all for it, even if it's in like in a unique style of animation.
So in this,
Yeah.
Jason is the more gun ho. He's literally smiling as he gets shot at. Dick is like acting more like a normal civilian would in this moment. And if they don't get that wild child and the conservative, or not conservative, but like that well-mannered dynamic, I don't think the film's going to do well.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it all comes down to how they get the not just brotherly dynamic, but how they portray the characters as in books and other media.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's a good
Dick
point.
is a lot more clueless than people play him up to be.
Mhm.
And a lot more.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm a sassy queen. What can I say? But
I am
takes shit from no one.
Yeah, I am glad. I will say I am actually glad that they went with animation, and that's due to DC's recent track record with some of their live action movies.
Yeah.
Most of their animated movies have been like decent at least.
Yeah.
While other ones have been like better than a lot of like MCU movies. You know, it's just, so I am glad that they went with animation over live action.
Yeah.
I do also think like we don't get a lot of stories that are like Robin central, like focused on like Batman's like family. Like it's usually about him and then like they're in the story, but we don't get a lot of things where it's like focused on like specific members of the Bat family. So it'll be nice to kind of get kind of like a broader focused movie, I guess. So
yeah, last time we saw anyone that wasn't Batman on the big screen was Batman Forever, I think it was.
Yeah.
Or no,
yeah,
Forever,
no, it was Batman and Robin.
Or
such a great film, right?
Yeah, and that was the last time we
nipples.
saw a Robin theatrical release as well. But who do you think the main villain's going to be? I hope it's Heartless.
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I wouldn't mind if they use like lesser known villains, but if they decide to go classic,
because it can't be the Joker.
No, I don't want it to be the Joker. I wouldn't mind if it
No.
was like Black Mask and Penguin, because if you've read the Rebirth run, Penguin
Yeah.
is tied to Jason's past, so they could do something with that. And Black Mask, because I want them to get Black Mask right outside of comics, because man,
Black Mask, but if it's
I don't know what
Ewan
they were thinking with
McGregor
Black
did
Mask
his
in the
best,
first
did
place.
as well as he could with that script.
That was the worst Black
Yeah.
Mask ever. That was like CW type.
He did.
Oh,
his
they even
best.
they
That's
actually
not
did
bad.
have Black Mask on CW as well.
Then I blacked it out.
Yeah, but overall, closing thoughts on the dynamic duo film. I think it could work in theory. It just all depends on execution. And
I feel like-
I tried looking into it. It's too early to say because since they just announced this, it hasn't been confirmed if it's going to be DCU or its own thing yet.
I think
I feel like they're
going
gonna give him a Batman villain. Like I feel like it's gonna be just like one of those big ones. Like I feel like they're just gonna do like, oh, let's just do Joker. Everyone likes Joker. We just had like 2 movies come out about the Joker. Let's do him.
I will
Joker 2
say,
flopped from what I've seen.
Yeah.
or heard.
Oh yeah. From what I've heard, Joker 2 was not good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is really unfortunate. I
barely
haven't
made
seen it
money
yet,
in
so
the
I
box
can't
office.
say anything. But
Yeah.
from what I've heard,
If I were to
yeah.
say, I personally think Penguin and Black Mask would be good villains for a film because it's safe, but also you can do a lot more. Because we haven't really seen a lot of Penguin in live action. Like, yeah, there was the series, but aside from that and the Matt Reeves stuff, last time we saw Penguin, he was played by Danny DeVito. So,
Well, then we also technically see him or he's been in a lot more media as of late because you got Suicide Squad game had him, if I remember right.
oh yeah,
And
true.
then you have
Yeah.
the Suicide Squad movie, every show, and the fact
But
that
at the
he's
same
in
time,
Matt
it's
Reeves'
Suicide
universe as a central player.
Yeah,
I think Heartless or one of Nightwing or Red Hood's main villains would really benefit than taking
Yeah.
Batman's rogues.
if
Yes,
they're gonna
yeah, I
do
agree.
it,
or they could do
like-
it where maybe it's like one Nightwing or a Red Hood rogue and one Batman rogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be. I think
Red
that'd be
Hood
good.
has a decent rogues gallery that all feel like knockoff
He
Batman villains, though.
does.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
feel
true.
like if they're gonna
Yeah.
do it where it's like part of the movie is Jason as Robin and then like the other half is like Red Hood, then Joker would probably have to be in it to some extent
Yeah.
because he's kind of the whole reason that happens.
Yeah,
in
I
the
think it
first
all
place,
depends
but-
on if Jason actually is Red Hood at any point in
Yeah.
the film, or if it's just going to be like that transitional period where Dick isn't officially Nightwing yet, but Jason is Robin.
Yeah,
you think
'cause
that's
it's
how
so
we get
di-
introduced
Yeah.
to
wild,
One thing I hate when they do what they do is when they try to knock one character off the other. It's like them trying to just make one character better than the other, and
Yeah,
like
Oh, one is better.
it's like I feel like they're not adding something new. They're adding. They're trying to make this character better, and it doesn't always work that way. It's like
Yeah.
by having this character seem like stronger or have something that the other heroes don't have, and
then it makes the other
it kind of
characters
gets
look
old really quickly.
yeah.
I really hope we get to see Jason's drug addiction.
No way. No way.
When
Yeah,
he got
I feel like
addicted
that'd
to
be-
Venom, that was so interesting, though.
yeah, but I think just
Or-
because it's animated, they're probably not going to go down a dark route like that. It's
Oh,
probably
it-
going to be
But in the comics, it wasn't that dark. I mean, he
true,
got his
but
ass beat by
because of the fact
Batman.
it's animated, I don't think they're going to go like too deep like that. It would be
Well,
interesting to
Superboy
could be
explore.
like
also
a-
drug addicted in or Young Justice, and that was when it was on TV.
It could be
Oh, yeah.
something that's like brought up in the movie and like
yeah.
not really
Or they
talked
could
about
like
much
tiptoe
after that,
around it,
but-
or like kind of like
Yeah, it's
not
just Venom pouches.
kidify it, I guess, because kind of like what they do with, like you
Yeah,
said, with
yeah.
Superboy on Young Justice
Yeah,
with
just
the
pouch
shields,
it.
they could do something like that.
I mean, that's what some of the comics have done. Or last, I think
Yeah.
it was the Outlaws
What they
comic where he's
could
fighting
do
Artemis.
if they want to do the whole Venom addiction thing, they could do. You know how the Batman Beyond Bane,
Yeah.
use Bane, the patches. They could do something like that.
Because a lot of it was he put a pouch on before a fight, or it would go through his suit, or he put it on his forearms, if I remember right, and then he would just
Yeah.
get like a big strength boost. But it acted like the adrenaline from Matt Reeves, the Batman. He got super violent, but way stronger. He was able to take on the red-haired chick. I'm blanking on her name.
Has anyone here seen Batman Beyond?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you guys think of that?
Oh, I,
I mean, I
love
thought
it.
it was
fantastic.
I thought it was really good.
Have you guys
I
seen
thought
the
it was
new
really
fan
good.
film though?
Not
No,
yet.
film?
what-
I heard
No,
about it.
not
I
yet.
haven't seen anything of it yet.
I
It
didn't even know there
made
was
it
one.
premiere, and it had the voice actor for one of the Batman Beyonds officially as Batman Beyond.
It
Mm.
didn't have any like
That's cool.
Spider-Man Lotus kind of issues, did it? Or
Not from what I
Oh,
heard. It
yeah.
actually had a relatively clean thing. Like it got announced and then came out. One of the cosplayers I follow
Nice.
and got work from worked on the movie.
nice.
Nice.
He's actually the guy that did my Nightwing mask.
Oh, nice.
So he made this and did a few props for the film. I
Yeah.
think he did the main mask, and now he's doing Bane for a different project.
Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, I like
think-
Batman Beyond for the most part. My only gripe with that is the really dumb retcon they did at the end of Justice League Unlimited by having Terry be essentially a genetic clone of Bruce. I thought that was really
Yeah.
dumb in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it
that
could
was
work.
stupid.
I personally prefer where Terry was just he's just kind of like a guy that kind of just so happened to stumble upon Bruce. and this whole
was
world.
down on the
I
wrong.
personally
was
find that to
down
be
on the
more
wrong path.
interesting because, like, at that point, because you already have Damien to do like the whole like biological son taking
Not
up
at
the
that
mantle
point when
route.
they made it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
because I know at that
Um,
point Damien didn't exist yet, but
Yeah, it was like a whole 10 years off.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't like that either. I liked how what they did with the like them go with the original route that they were going in, where Terry
yeah,
was just a guy down, on the wrong path, down his luck, and
Mhm.
Bruce kind of took him under his wing.
yeah. In a
So the-
way,
it was a lot like
Terry
Jason.
is kind of like Jason in a way.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Tim
Yeah.
was amalgam of Tim and Jason and BTAS, and then I feel like they committed a little bit more to it
Yeah.
and beyond.
What
that's
do you
what
think of
Bruce Wayne
what do you
said.
think of the static what do you think of the Static Shock and the Batman Beyond crossover?
Oh, that was
I thought
dope. I
that
like
was
that.
yeah, that was pretty cool. Like
It was fun, but
I thought
very
that was really
mischaracterization
awesome.
for Terry.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Terry was so, I hate you for no reason. Well, man, don't
I think
look
just
at my drip.
Yeah, I think the issues with that is just
Maybe
because
'cause I'm
different
used
writers.
to it.
Because I'm pretty sure that, like Static Shock had different writers. That's always kind of the issue when you do crossovers, and
Yeah.
Well, they
there's
nailed
not like a
every
lot of
other
communication between
appearance.
writers.
It's just that one that they messed
Yeah.
up, especially in like a.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't get like Terry's attitude towards Virgil. I mean, like he knew that he was like the greatest, like he knew what he was gonna become, but yet it's like he wasn't even giving.
Yeah, he
his
was
younger
way
self a
too hard on
chance.
Virgil because I feel like after
Yeah.
everything, like
He
his
was.
journey as a hero, I feel like he would have sympathized with Virgil a little bit more.
Yeah.
Right, because then if anything, Virgil's a lot. If anything, Virgil's a lot like Terry in a sense.
Yeah,
I think maybe he just didn't know what Stack used to look like back in the day,
yeah.
and
But
I'll
he
never
knew
get
that
over
that
the
was
fact.
his younger. He knew what he was going to become.
Not at the start of the episode though. I really think that they definitely dropped the ball with that crossover. It was a character assassination on everyone's front, apart from Bruce. Where Bruce is like, "I knew you were coming here."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Typical
that
Batman always knows what's
definitely is
happening.
a problem with crossovers
Yeah.
and things
You
like
know
that.
that. You know what that scene reminded me of. You know what that scene reminded me of. That scene like where I thought back to you know that episode where in Smallville in season 10 where Clark goes to the future and he
Yeah.
meets his future
Oh
self.
yeah, that was
Like
dope.
that's what that scene reminded me of.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
like,
just
that's what
and
that
I
scene
watched that
reminded me of,
episode
like-
like a few weeks ago too.
I pray, or I've been praying for years that we get Batman Beyond with the original B-Task Batman outside that one suit or Justice League crossover episode.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would have been
I
so
would-
cool.
I
Young
would love to
Batman
see
with old
something like
Batman
that.
and Terry.
Yeah. I think they did like a very brief interaction in the comics. I forgot which run it was in.
Yeah, but listen to Kevin Conroy talk as old Bruce and
Oh,
Batman
That was
with
uh,
Terry.
Rest in peace.
I'm so
mean-
mad
Oh,
too
yeah,
with
oh,
Suicide Squad
I think I know what
butchering
you're
it.
talking about.
Yeah.
I
I
think I
feel
know
like-
what you're talking about. Like, you know that episode where young Batman meets old Batman, at that crossover,
Yeah, in
crossover
Justice League
episode where young
Unlimited.
Batman. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
just
that
seeing like
was-
a young,
you have
like
to
a
admit, that
younger
was kinda
Batman the
funny.
animated series Bruce meeting Terry. I think that would have been really cool because we never officially saw Jason in that universe. Yeah, they brought him in like a comic continuation.
Yeah,
But-
and it messed the whole timeline up.
Yeah,
It did.
Watch Our Database did a really good job with that.
Yeah,
I do think that if Arkham Batman from the games can make an appearance in the mainline comics, then anything's possible. You know, like
yeah.
I mean,
They could
we
do
we
it in
could
a
very
form of
well
comic.
do like
I
a
think
cut. Yeah,
that's like
that would
one
make
way
the
they
most
could
sense.
still do it.
But
Is do
speaking
it
of
in a
Arkham
form of
Kevin
Batman,
having passed away, they could write. You know, they wouldn't have to worry about voice actors,
Yeah.
obviously. And
Yeah, if they get the right writers,
So
maybe they
anything-
could
anything
get some
could
of the
happen.
original writers. As long as I don't, and I'm fine with Bruce Timm being a writer for that, as long as there's no weird Batman X Batgirl stuff that he seems to be obsessed with.
Cape Crusader, he pushed back on it. He pushed back on it in
Good.
Cape Crusader.
Good.
It's a whole
Because
interview.
I don't know
Warner
what
Bros.
that
wanted
man's
them to
obsession with
actually hook up
shipping
at the end of the
Bruce
season.
and Barbara together. Like that is weird, man. Like I don't care if Barbara's of age. That's weird, man.
That's predatory.
I'll say this: if they're the
Yeah.
same age and never introduced, it'd be okay. But,
But Bruce, but before she even became Batgirl, Bruce already knew
in
her as
every
a
other
kid. Like,
continuity,
that's
it's
weird.
wrong. Cape Crusader is the one where I actually would have rooted for.
he may be Batman, but he's still a multi-billionaire philanthropist.
I know.
He's still a Minecraft YouTuber. He lives in a
He's
cave.
still a
He needs a
Minecraft-
miner.
A man has his needs.
I don't understand that though. That Ryan's choice. I did think it was kind of interesting because they have done this before, where Bruce did have like a little thing with Lois. Like obviously, it was never going to be permanent because Lois and Clark have to get together at some point.
yeah.
But I thought it was kind of cute. I liked it.
Oh yeah, like I was like, wait a minute,
kinda
like
cool.
what are you guys doing here?
I didn't mind it.
I mean, I
Yeah.
thought that was a really nice diversion, but it was like
Yeah.
I could not see it going anywhere. I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, what are you guys doing?
Oh yeah,
here?
no, it was.
And they
definitely
kind
not
of
gonna go on for
played
long,
around
but-
with it for briefly in the Hush animated film, which is one of the only things I actually enjoy about that animated film
Oh.
because they completely butchered that story by making Hush Riddler.
Okay, that could have worked if they didn't butcher the Bat and the Cat storyline at the same time with it. Like that was just a butchery of an entire series. They can't do 2-parters anymore, and I'm glad that universe died horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal how they went
Here's
out. Like,
one theory I've had. The Flashpoint movie happens at the end of this time or end of that timeline.
Ooh, that could be interesting.
And technically, the newer one that just ended with Crisis, that was the original timeline before Barry or before the one.
Oh,
so
like it's kind of like a loop.
Yeah,
in a way. Interesting.
That's how Constantine is a constant. Spectre makes reference to it happening before, and the fact that it's the only universe to have this means it would have had to continue happening with Darkseid having the exact same design.
Mm-hmm.
And look at their designs before and after in the movie. Flash had his New 52 design with all the gold or electric accents, but no other film had it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Neat little thing, especially Bruce's lips. I'll never get over his lips at the end of that film.
Oh man,
it could have led to a really cool crossover like the Manhattan or Doomsday Project, but they didn't do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, didn't they? Yeah, they plan on doing Doomsday Clock. Did that get canceled?
It did. It got canceled. Like, I think it was supposed to be or take place instead of the Justice League movies. We were supposed to get Justice League already formed, then Doomsday Clock, like a Justice League movie, Doomsday Clock Part 1 and 2, and then another Justice League movie, but it got canceled for some reason. I remember because one of the writers and voice actors talked about it on a panel for Comic-Con. Speaking of Comic-Con, Kevin, I want your opinion.
All right.
What one of these should I get Alex Hirsch to sign?
Definitely the right one.
This one?
I would definitely say the red one. If you're asking my opinion.
This is Barnes and Noble exclusive. This is the main one.
Oh, okay.
So he's at New York Comic Con, but he's only signing these. Otherwise, I'd have him sign Journal 3. I'm not taking both, dude. You know how heavy these are? I'm not getting 3 books signed. I'm getting 2.
I would say the red.
Yeah.
I would say the red.
I'm getting this signed by Hell of a Boss's creator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the gold looks nice, but the red is just there's something.
It does pop more.
Really,
I think it's because it's red and black. Red and black always goes well together.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think we're pretty much done with our DC stuff. Let's go into the thick and thinner of the Sony side. I just gotta say this, Sony, what the fuck are you doing? I'm sorry. All I want is a grounded Spider-Man movie. That's all I want. And I'm sad that RJ had to cancel because he would have gone off in this stream. Sony is making bad decision after bad decision. Nobody asked for a Morbius movie. Nobody asked for a Madam Web movie. Nobody asked for a Kraven movie. Now you're shoving Noel into Venom 3 without any build-up. Then you're gonna somehow have him fight Tom Holland Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Apparently, like what's going on here?
How's that gonna work? Like it's
not gonna work. Their ability to right away.
You have them team up in one movie.
Cut off the hands.
Also, and allegedly now this is unconfirmed yet, but Spider-Man 4 is going to be is Spider-Man King of Black. King of Black was a Venom-centered story. Like, yeah, Peter was there in the events, but he wasn't like.
I think it's just a rumor. I don't think they're actually going to go through with it.
I hope not, because Sony has been seriously pushing for more multiverse Spider-Man movies. Because I only think of one reason why they're doing this, because No Way Home made so much money and Spider-Verse made so much money.
That's like the only
reason. Now Sony's trying to be like, oh well, we can do that too, except they can't because.
The big thing is Sony has been doing Spider-Man like.
What are they thinking?
No,
what
never
are
mind.
they
I'm not
doing?
saying that. That's too much.
And it's not even in the movies either. Like they're like there's like some infighting with the Sony animation stuff. Like the Spider-Verse team is out of Sony after Beyond the Spider-Verse. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore.
Are they out? Let me ask you something. Are they out to ruin Spider-Man for some reason?
They've been out
because first they have Madam Web, where Spider-Man is the bad guy.
Madam Web is just like
first they have Madam Web where Spider-Man is the bad guy,
Madam Web just felt like a fever dream. Like I have a hard time believing that an actual paid professional writer wrote the script for that movie. Like
how the
that,
fuck
that might be one of
the
the
most better than an actual
movie that they've released in the past like
there was no
5
quality
years.
control on that.
I don't
movie,
get why they decided. Oh,
also
we're
the
gonna,
the ADR in that film was
make sense.
awful. Like you can tell which lines were ADR and which lines weren't.
It's all I want to do to the people in charge of Spider-Man at Sony is just hello.
Yeah, and they're messing up with the Spider-Verse stuff because the Spider-Verse team is out after Beyond the Spider-Verse. They've completely fired the entire writers' room for the Silk series that they were doing to appease for a different audience.
Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir set leak.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw. We haven't seen him in technically we haven't seen him in full costume with the mask and stuff, but it's
literally just a leather BDSM.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where that goes because I think the Spider-Verse team is like part of the team working on that series, I believe.
Writers,
yeah, the writers.
Just the writing team. Then
yeah, I think that's it though. After Beyond the Spider-Verse and that Spider-Man Noir series, they're done with Sony, and I don't blame them. I wouldn't blame them.
I'll say this after my rant on Zack Snyder last time, he'd be a good
I'll ask this again. Like, is Sony out to ruin Spider-Man or something? Because
I don't understand this.
So far, every Spider-Man that they've had, a lot of the Spider-Man films that they've had, they've just gone like
Spider-Man films
downhill.
Yeah, and it's like they're severely limiting what Marvel can do in the MCU as well.
Oh yeah, because now allegedly, if this is true, there's like this whole rule that Sony has that if they use them in a film, the MCU can't use them. So that means they can't use Kraven, they can't use Rhino because Rhino is going to be the main antagonist in Kraven.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. Already can't use them, or you can use the techno or organic version.
Yeah,
and then
now they're not going to be able to use fucking Null. Like that's so unfortunate.
I mean, I think the only one that hurts is the fact that we can't see an MCU Doc Ock or Shocker.
No,
well, we could get Shocker still, but we're not getting a better Shocker.
No MCU Doc Ock is.
It's like Sony.
Tragic.
Why? We're always asking this question when it comes to Sony.
Does that only apply to villains, or is that like Spider-Woman?
It includes every Spider character.
I think it's just Spider-Man characters in general, assuming if that whole rule is true, which honestly.
Probably is.
If we're talking about Sony, I wouldn't put past that this is true because this is so dumb. Like,
so like
I honestly, and it's very clear to me, Sony doesn't care about making good Spider-Man projects. They're only putting these movies out so they can keep the IP. That's it. Because it's like in their contract, they have to put out like a certain amount of movies.
Like I said, are they out to ruin? Are they out to ruin Spider-Man? Or are they just out to ruin him and just not care?
They just don't care. They just want they want to keep the IP. That's it.
So Avi Arad and I forgot what her name is, do not like Kevin Feige. That is confirmed.
Yeah, that's very clear.
And Avi Arad is the most tyrannical piece of shit ever.
Yeah, isn't he the reason why Venom was put in Spider-Man 3? Because originally Sam Raimi didn't want Venom. It was just going to be, I think,
Vulturette, and Black Cat. Who then he was like, no, that was Spider-Man 4. Spider-Man 3 was just Sandman.
And New Goblin?
No, New Goblin was forced by Avi Arad.
Oh, really? Oh, so Harry wasn't even supposed to become New Goblin.
Yeah, it was just supposed to, or I think he was supposed to be Hobgoblin. And then they were like, no. You're doing my film. And that's why they are.
And did he do that again with TASM 2? Because that movie was a complete mess.
Every major like what the fuck moment has been Avi Arad, and he's gone on record saying, yeah, no, that was my idea, taking great credit for it, like the producer of the Transformer films, who don't even get me started on that train wreck, dude. God. Because Avi Arad, ever since the 90s series for Spider-Man, has been fucking on Spider-Man IP. He's the dude that kind of cost Toy Biz their entire business. The whole reason Madam Web hasn't gotten a toy since, because he used to be in charge of Toy Biz with toys and stuff like that. Then it was just a train wreck of everything. He's every movie maker's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm really scared that he's in charge of the Legend of Zelda movie now.
I forgot that was happening.
Yeah, that's concerning.
Apparently he likes Zelda.
He does?
I do not trust that man.
I don't trust him either. I had a whole subject
was it his idea to basically have TASM 2 kickstart a shared universe nobody asked for?
TASM 2 was supposed to kickstart pretty much Sony's current plan was a Sinister Six film, then go into a
TASM 3.
Spider-Man movie for not TASM 3, a different project for Spider-Man, then TASM 3, where he fights the Sinister Six, apparently.
Right.
With
Yeah,
separate
I think they also
Yeah.
the Venom movie was originally going to be part of that universe. They were going to do a Black Cat and Silver Sable team up film. I don't know how that was going to work back then. They were going to do some
movie
weird.
was announced then too.
There was
the ideas died with
wasn't
Glenn.
it true that they were going to do some weird like spy prequel film?
Yeah.
With Aunt May.
They already casted the actress too. They just didn't announce who it was at that point.
So
they had a
and also
writer
they were going to
attached.
call Norman Goblin King or something.
I think they were making Harry Goblin King.
Okay.
They were going to go the ultimate route by teasing it with Norman dying and then backpedaled, you know. But if you go and want or play like the TASM 2 video game, a lot of the original script is still intact there, despite what Beanox changed.
Yeah, just overall, I am not excited for this. If all these plans are true, that they are pushing for King of Black to be the story for Spider-Man 4, I'm not a fan of that. Also, allegedly the spell is going to get undone at some point. So there goes all that character development.
I heard it's only select characters that weren't on Earth at the time.
No, apparently there's like a report that the spell in its entirety is going to get undone.
See that maybe they're just saying that so it's like the MCU reboot,
which would make the last movie completely pointless then, because it's
like
the MCU.
That's typical Marvel right there when it comes to Spider-Man's character development.
Kevin Feige doesn't like secret identities. He hates them.
Yeah, because I feel like ever since One More Day happened, Peter has not had any real growth as a character.
No.
In mainline continuities, no.
Yeah. That's why I kind of like what they're currently doing with the new Ultimate Spider-Man that they're doing with the new Ultimate Universe.
Don't get me started on that. That's a train wreck and I hate it.
Yeah. I like the Spider-Man stuff. I just don't care about the rest of it.
Well,
yeah,
I don't like it because of all the maker shit.
I'm with you, Kevin. I agree. I hope that this is not true. I hope this is just a rumor.
Yeah, but honestly, considering this is coming from Sony, it would not surprise me. Sony is not very bright.
Kevin, wait till you hear about some of the Sony stuff with the video games.
Oh boy, Lord.
On that.
Don't get me started.
Oh, no, we should, because it makes the movies look good.
Yeah, honestly, this is just a bad idea. I was okay with the idea of Tom Hardy's Venom and Tom Holland's Peter potentially interacting, but I was saying save that for like Secret Wars or something. Like, I want a grounded Spider-Man movie. You know, here's the bare minimum they could have done: either Kingpin, be like some type of crime boss. It doesn't even have to be Kingpin. It could have been Silverbane. It could have been Hammerhead or Tombstone. And you could have even had Scorpion work for one of them. Have it be that Spider-Man's been a thorn in their side, is messing with their business, and they send Scorpion
or Shocker.
Yeah, hell, I would have taken both of them.
Yeah,
that's what I would have wanted.
I don't know what they're planning.
Yeah, no, originally, like the original plan for Spider-Man 4 allegedly was to do a team up with Daredevil. Like Daredevil Born Again was supposed to lead into Spider-Man 4, but now those plans are gone.
Well, now they're still the Kingpin actor mentioned how the comic run with Spider-Man and Daredevil still on the table. Like he can't talk about it.
Okay.
It was like not Variety. It was
Deadline.
I think so. I don't know. It was just a small interview where they were like, "What about this storyline?" He's like, "I can't talk about that. Otherwise, I'd yap all day about it."
Oh, I'm pretty sure he mentioned something about Devil's Reign basically being the next big thing.
And then one with Spider-Man, who was a key player in the storyline.
Yeah. I'm just going to say this. I like Devil's Reign. It is way too early to do that story in the MCU.
But at this rate with movie releases, we'd never get to it with the actors we have.
Here's the thing. Let's take a look at all the street level heroes we have so far. Spider-Man, Daredevil. That's it. Unless you want to count Hawkeye as a street level hero.
I feel like we know Punisher's coming back.
Yeah, Punisher. Yeah, true. Moon Knight. I feel like they kind of dropped the ball with Moon Knight by not making
what about Wolverine? What about Wolverine?
He's not really proper yet.
Though. He's a little, but yeah, he's
didn't they have a team up with? Didn't they have a team up with him and Spider-Man? Like we're
Spider-Man are drinking buddies.
Yeah. And they did serve on the same Avengers team at one point. I forget which comic run it was, but Wolverine was temporarily a member of the Avengers.
Didn't they switch bodies at one point in the comics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even get me
Jean
started.
Grey
That was
Don't
weird.
read it.
And then you hit on a 16-year-old.
what was that? What was that blue guy's
Hey,
name?
sweet thing, come here.
What was that blue guy's name?
Beast?
What was that blue guy's name?
Beast?
A-bomb?
Yeah.
Nightcrawler?
Beast, yeah.
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
The dude that played Reacher would
He's
the X-Men
he's a good street level villain. He's a good street level hero.
I feel like the X-Men are a very interesting. Like
I feel like
X-Men
is kind of like I feel like the X-Men are kind of like a jack of all trades. They could be street level.
Like they have street level heroes, but then they have heroes like Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force who can like end reality and stuff like that.
I feel like
that's what I mean.
X-Men I feel like is kind of like a jack of all trades. They can, depending on the writer, they can be street level, they can be earthbound, cosmic, hell, multiverse.
That's what I mean. Like they're like with all of them, they're a jack of all trades, you know. Like there are certain characters in the X-Men that I could see a street level, like Wolverine, and who else was it? I said Nightcrawler, Beast. Yeah, those guys too are street level.
As much as I'm happy that these
characters they don't take any they don't take anything from anybody.
Yeah,
you know, like
the government just takes from them.
Yeah.
Like in the newest comic run, it's literally them seeking, the new comic run's messed up, but I miss the era where different studios just made out different Marvel movies. Now we gotta wait like a decade just for one character to make a debut.
Yeah,
like
now this is why I'm kind of glad that I know it's not officially confirmed. It's very clear we're gonna get some type of reboot after Secret Wars. Now whether it's soft reboot or complete reboot is still ambiguous. I think they'll probably do. I think what they'll do is something like their own version of all different Marvel, where they basically bring in new stuff, but they keep some of the old people that decide to stick around.
I think they're gonna do that. Just majorly recast a lot of their big hitters. Like I think Hulk's getting recasted.
Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, they're getting recasted. Thor, maybe.
Chris Hemsworth said he will come back for another solo movie.
Mm-hmm.
And
Chris Evans is kind of like ambiguous.
Bro, I keep hearing
Thor needs a break. I feel like he needs a movie where it ends on a where he's actually happy for once.
I want King Thor.
Bro, just
that man can't catch
the arm.
He deserves.
Like, what is the Asgardian population now at this point?
The
it's
next
like a couple
movie needs to start with that daughter that he adopted just fucking dead. Like,
so
I know that's his real life daughter, so like maybe not, but like just kind of like oh, she went back, she died on her way back to her home planet. Like,
but yeah, I'm worried that something's gonna happen to her, and then just gonna be like, I don't know why. Like, I feel so bad for MCU Thor. I don't know why they have tortured this man for as long as they have. Like, he does not deserve.
They love to bully our
all the like they really have.
Yeah,
I at least want him to like somehow reunite with Loki.
Because the stepchild wants to get more love in a family.
Yeah, that's probably what they're going to do in Secret Wars. Is because I think what's going to happen, Doom is going to try to get Loki's power. Because what they'll probably do, they'll probably replace the Beyonders with Loki. Doom gets timeless gets Loki's new abilities, and then that's how he creates Battleworld.
Yeah.
So Kevin, have you seen the new Doctor Doom Hot Toys?
Not yet.
There's a theory some people have said. I don't subscribe to it too much, but this Hot Toys Doom is based off of the new RDJ or our new main Doom.
All right.
I haven't seen it yet.
It looks dope, but it comes with two different faceplates that a lot of people are...
Hang on, is it this one? Let me present my screen here.
I'm on the Sideshow collectible one right now.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And the only reason people are saying it is if you look at the eyes and like the spells, it's very the spells MCU based looking.
Oh.
with the eyes having a similarity to previous RDJ figures.
Honestly, if that's true, I'm for it. I think this is a cool Doom design.
Yeah, that is actually a pretty nice design. I like it.
If you look at their other comic-based Hot Toys, this one's the most stylized out of all of them.
If this is the RDJ Doom, it is infinitely better than the
they got a good Doom
ones that we got in the live action Fantastic Four movies.
Because like, look at his magic effects. It's so MCU strange. It doesn't really resemble anything else outside of that. Even the comics have a slightly different effect. I do gotta say though, I don't think it'll be this. I definitely can see it changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a long time before it.
Because I want them to do something similar to that cutscene in Ultimate Alliance to make Doom like an absolute menace.
Oh, where he just decimate. Yeah, no, that's
I think
love that cutscene.
The RDJ Doom will see, and then he'll be like, "Nah, I'm not the ult." Or then the real Doom will just kick his ass and be like, "I
hope that's true." I'm sorry, like him playing a variant of Doom, I could somewhat get behind. Him playing the main version of Doom is where I kind of draw the line. I just am not a fan of that.
Better than what they were going to do with Toby and Andrew as Easter eggs originally for Spider-Man movies.
Oh,
I'm just worried because I did not.
It was Toby was a pizza delivery guy. Andrew was a teacher.
Here's another hit or miss. Like here's another hit or miss superhero, the Flash. With the way
wasn't it with the way like last month we got
the way they've done him.
Of Flash's new actor.
They have done this man so dirty. I want in James Gunn's DCU, please get the Flash right. I don't care at this point. I don't even care if it's Barry or Wally anymore. I just want a good Flash story.
Vent your actors. Like, make sure you're not casting a psychopath. Like,
get Lucas Till. He's the perfect Barry Allen. He is the perfect choice for Barry Allen. He's got the right build for it. He has the look. He can play the science side of Barry very well. And if they want to have a more comedic side of Barry, he could definitely play that too.
I'll say this: we should start with Jay Garrick for once.
Yeah,
just have Jay Garrick.
I think because I talked with Paris about this in my last stream. I think that they could do something like that because in this DCU, it's heavily hinted at that heroes have been around for a while, but the ideal hero has kind of been lost, and that's where Superman comes in. So you could easily say that the Justice Society existed at one point.
They do. We see them in the leaks photos.
Yeah, then you could do a JSA like prequel movie or something with Jay Garrick, Our Man, Green Lantern, and other characters.
Yeah,
Didn't they rename it or Alan Scott's Green Lantern to a new character or give him a new name recently?
I don't know about
they made
that.
him gay.
Yeah, there's Jade, who I think it's his daughter or granddaughter or something.
I don't know.
In the words of the chosen one, in the words of the chosen one, anyone could tell a story. It's the execution that makes the difference between a good story and a great one.
Context and nuance.
Exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
Good at that, though.
The Flash is missing. That's exactly what the Flash is missing.
I know, and I know this would be a very, very questionable choice. I would be all for, like, in terms of the main Flash movies, Wally's the main Flash, but Barry is the Flash on the Justice League.
Yeah, I think we should start with Kid or have Wally as Kid Flash first, like really young.
Yeah, maybe. What they could do is Wally is the Flash in the movies and in the Titans movies, but the Flash we see in the Justice League movies is Barry.
Fair. Here's a question.
I can see that.
Kevin. White eyes or no white eyes for characters?
White eye. I think it depends on the character. For me, I want them to at least try to do the white eyes on Batman. But if they do Wally, I want to see the white eyes on Wally.
Yeah.
I don't think it would look good on Wally.
I think it depends on the
terrifying.
Suit. I think it depends on how they go about it and what suit. Because let's see.
I was gonna say it also depends on like the suits and everything that they have for the movies.
I hope if they do Wally, they give him his newer like
the Rebirth suit.
Yeah, with his hair flowing.
Oh,
I swear to God, if they don't let this fucking ginger shine,
this guy right here.
Yes, that is such a good suit.
Mm-hmm.
If I was going to go ginger for a convention, I would
really
cosplay that. Suit. I'm not.
Yeah, I agree. I want them to do Wally justice because we have yet to see Ginger Wally in live action. Because CW did this weird thing where they tried to combine Wallace and Wally into one character and just did not work.
That was such a disgrace on the character. The actor did fine, just not as the character.
Yeah.
Ironically, I think Cisco would have been better, like Cisco's actor.
Yeah, he could have played a good Wally West. He could have.
Wally or Wallace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I hope we get Impulse soon, like a good Impulse.
Yeah. There's one actor. I'm not sure how old he is now. I forget his name. Let's see. I'm gonna bring up a photo of him. He was in middle school, the worst years of my life, the movie adaptation. Thomas. No, he wasn't the main guy. He was his brother.
Oh. Bro, my deodorant fucking ran off on me or some shit.
I think low key he could be a good Bart Allen. I think it depends on how old he is now.
Honestly, I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
The dude that played Ralph, I also think Griffin, he'd probably make a good, depending on his age, either a good Bart or good Barry or a good Wally.
I'd say, I would say either Barry or Bart. I like maybe a good young Barry or Bart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good Kid Flash maybe.
Who would you want as the villain though? I don't think it could be Reverse Flash.
Yeah, no, not.
I think you need I think you need what you need. Reverse Flash, I think needs to maybe be hinted at, but don't have him in the first film.
You could do like a couple of his rogues, like
maybe do like the rogues,
or something.
I feel like the rogues would be good for a sequel though, like allude to them, have them petty crimes in the first movie.
Yeah. If you want to be obscure, because I know James Gunn loves obscure characters, maybe Grodd.
Captain Cold.
I feel like Grodd's too big for a first movie though.
Yeah, maybe they could start out small with you could have it where you can introduce some of his obscure rogues like throughout the film.
The Trickster,
like Trickster, Girder.
Good way to get or hint to Mark Hamill and
maybe Shade, maybe Shade. Yeah, Shade's technically a Flash villain. Yeah, he has fought Barry in the comics before.
Turtle,
yeah, you could do like obscure villains like that, and then I think what you could do if you want to do the rogues in the first movie, introduce them throughout the film, and then they later team up in like the second half. But yeah, I do agree. Like the actual rogues team of them all teaming up should be saved for like a sequel.
But would they be the big bad of a sequel, or would they be like the open threat, or the like a looming?
I think they could work either way, or you could have it where they are the main threat, but they're like secretly being backed up by someone else in the shadows.
What was the evil Bart Allen's name again?
Oh, Inertia.
I think that would be a amazing way to introduce more Flash characters.
Yeah,
have Inertia get betrayed by not Thawne, the other Reverse Flash.
Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom, and then Zoom gets betrayed by the real Reverse Flash. Like each movie, it's like we're learning more about it, and then it's just Eobard in the final, just like, I'm gonna kick your ass. It was me, bitch.
Yeah,
it was me, Barry. It was me, Barry.
Yeah, Thawne is such a good villain, and I think he's like one of the very few villains where if you gave them a solo film, it would work. Because I think a Reverse Flash origin film would be so good.
Rose, the pettiest man in DC.
Yeah, because like there's a lot you can pull from different runs depending on which route you decide to take.
Here's my pitch for a Flash movie. Barry goes through time, doing like a time detective film, and that's how we get introduced to Thawne.
Oh, okay.
Like we see the inciting incident in the first movie. Mm-hmm. Barry gets super cocky, and then in the third movie, if we get one, we get a flashback to that scene from Zoom's or from Eobard's POV.
Yeah. And if for DCU, I don't want them to do multiverse for a while, but if they want a film to introduce multiverse, Flash of Two Worlds, I think is the easiest way to do it.
But if they already have like a
oh wait, that can't work if they have a JSA that already exists.
What?
But I do
they
think a
could
Flash
do-
movie would be perfect to introduce the multiverse. Like maybe Barry runs into the Justice League Incarnate with President Superman and like that whole multiverse Justice League.
I'd want them to stay away from the multiverse. Don't do it until like James Gunn's run at DC is gone.
Maybe, yeah.
And that way,
like, if I was to compare it, I personally think DC does a better job with the multiverse, at least in my opinion, than Marvel does in the comics. But yeah, I think it's because at this point, multiverse is people like the mainstream audience is kind of getting sick of the multiverse concept.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, don't do the multiverse for a while, or maybe like year 5 or year 6 of this DCU, possibly.
If anything, for a multiversal film, I'd want to see like
give the multiverse a break.
Yeah, like the evil Justice.
Give the multiverse a break, you know.
Oh, like Justice League Crisis on 2.
Yeah,
with the crime syndicate, like Ultraman, Superwoman, Johnny Quick, all those characters.
The only way I'd actually enjoy it, or it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's so native.
You know, like give the multiverse a break, you know, like you overdo something too much, it gets old really fast. And that's what they have a habit of doing.
I'll say this, DC has yet to actually do the multiverse in film. I think they're the only
don't give them any ideas.
Yeah.
Don't give them any ideas.
I just feel like though if DC does do it in film, it's like Marvel's already been doing it for however long now, and like there's so much going on and so much multiverse stuff going on in the comics on like Marvel and DC. It's like I feel like there should be like a film or two that focuses on like characters within like one universe, because it's like there's so much that happens in like just one universe, you know. It's like we don't have to jump between, because like at one point it starts to get like overwhelming with like how much is going on. It's like you have to keep track of this and this universe and that and that universe, and it's like you have all these characters. It's like
what they
could
could
go
do,
back to focus on like
they already confirmed they're doing Elseworld stuff, because like the Matt Reeves Batman universe is going to be Elseworlds. They could do like standalone projects, and then they could do they could like maybe 7-8 years down the road they do Crisis on Infinite Earths. We get to see Earth 3, like Alexander, like the good Alexander Luthor. We see the Justice League Incarnate. We see like a just different teams from these different universes like down the road. I feel like if they did something like that, that would work better. But it all depends on execution. Because I feel like for me, just focus on building up and introducing your characters, phase 1 style. Then you can maybe build up to bigger threats. Because like with the Green Lantern stuff, go heavy in the cosmic stuff. I want to see, Atrocitus. I want to see Saint Walker. I want to see them eventually do Necron and the Blackest Night. And you could even expand upon that. Here's this would be your opportunity to finally do that New Gods movie. That's how you set up, All-Father versus Darkseid, the anti-life equation.
Remember, that's how they end the universe.
I would personally prefer that over Crisis, because we've seen. I feel like we've already seen Crisis. I feel like Crisis is kind of an overdone story at this point.
We've had 4 animated movies about Crisis. We've had 4 specials across how many series? Because they did it once with Nazis, once proper. I don't remember the other 2. I just remember they happened on the CW, and that's just the event. So we've seen it a total of 8 times on that non-media.
And then they did, then animate stuff. They did a 3-part.
That's
movie with that
3 of the 4.
Yeah, and it wasn't technically like the actual full adaptation, but unless you want to count Justice League Crisis on 2 Earths, and I guess you could put that in there. But that's mainly a standalone story.
Yeah, especially because it didn't really go across the multiverse. Like, it didn't.
Yeah, it was just like one other Earth.
Yeah.
But I mean that's why I said like things like that can get overwhelming, because it's like there's so much going on in all these different formats and things.
Yeah,
it's like
just like I think
they gotta slow down and like go back to the basics.
I think each quote unquote phase should be its own story, because I kind of like how James Gunn has formatted it, that this first phase is gods and monsters. So like let's say this second phase could be something else, like more sci-fi oriented, so on and so forth. I think that's what
say that phase 2 of it was like the Batman phase.
Maybe you could do some stuff with that, because I want them to go all in this universe. I want to see the Outlaws. I want to see the Titans. I want to see Justice League International. I want to see all the teams.
We do have Titans on the
Justice.
list of
Yeah, like
projects.
the Titans film is confirmed. We don't know when it's happening. We don't know what the roster is going to be.
Titans, Super Bat, Green Lantern. I'm missing a project. We have Titans,
I
Superman,
wanna see-
Batman.
Amanda Waller. TV
Waller's
show.
getting
I
a
wanna see
show. What
other-
the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Waller's
Is
getting
she?
the series. They should have just made that a Suicide Squad show. But, there's
What-
a Swamp Thing. I can't remember if it's a
Her
movie or a
efforts
show, but there's a Swamp Thing project confirmed, which could lead into Justice League Dark.
That's interesting. You know what I want to see? I want to see like a movie or animated show or something about like another Lantern Corps besides the Green Lanterns.
Oh, that could be cool. They could do something with like Saint Walker. and the
Like there's
Blue
so
Lanterns.
many other lanterns. It's like I want to see stories about them. Like
I know, and I know they just brought him into the comics recently. I want to see Razor and the Red Lanterns. I want to see his character arc because he was such a good character in the Green Lantern animated series.
I want to see Supergirl get her Red Lantern and
Guy Gardner.
Alan Scott's wife get fridged.
Oh yeah. Was it? Are you thinking Kyle Rayner or?
Kyle
is it
Rayner, you know who I mean.
Yeah,
I
Kyle
wanna see
Rayner.
the fridge.
Kyle's my favorite Green Lantern, but man, they did that man so dirty, giving him all that
See,
trauma.
I love
for
Hal
character
Jordan.
development.
they really did.
And I just want a good Hal Jordan on screen. I love
Yeah.
the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie. That was
Really?
I loved it when I first saw it. I had the electronic
It had,
ring and
I think
everything.
it had some good in it. It just was really badly executed.
It was fun.
My
That
personal
could be-
opinion on it is it's not as bad as a lot of people say it is, but it's not like
not
It's not a good
amazing
movie,
but it's
either.
by any means.
Like
It's a
Ryan
fun
Reynolds
comic.
did pretty well for what he was given with like the script and everything,
Yeah,
Ring.
and he
Finger.
did play the part pretty good.
yeah.
I think.
And I did kind of like, even though we all knew that a sequel wasn't going to happen, I did kind of like the setup of Sinestro slowly going down that route. I want to see Sinestro. I want them to build that up. That's what I want. That's what I want to see in the Lantern series. I want to see Sinestro at some point in that series, even if it's just like 1 or 2 episodes, just to establish that friendship. But then again, Hal is supposed to be a much older in this universe, so I'm not sure how that's going to work.
I think they could do it. Like he's old enough, or he's a seasoned Lantern, and we could get flashbacks to it.
Maybe.
I saw
Because I
something
don't think
that
James
said
Gunn would just talk about it. I think he'd show
that
us.
the guy playing him is only signed on for a TV show for the TV show though.
Yeah, for like 1-year contract. That's what I heard
Okay.
too. I'm like, oh no, are they going to do what I think they're going to do?
Like, are they
I
going
don't
to kill
think
him
so. I
off
think-
within the show?
Or
Nah.
what I hope they don't do is make him Parallax this early on.
Oh, like
I don't
the
think James
animated
Gunn would do
one.
that. It
Kinda
just
when
got
he-
done.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
know
They
how
did that.
James Gunn hates.
Don't even
repetition.
bring up that awful anime Green Lantern movie. Oh my god,
I will
hated
bring up
that.
every piece of shit media that I can think of.
Because why I like Jon Stewart, but that storyline was Kyle's. They just copy and pasted Kyle's story for John.
The worst
I
part
just-
is that felt so much like the CW episode where John or with the Green Lantern ring,
Yeah,
and it was so bad I couldn't even finish that like little plot thread every time I
Yeah.
skipped it.
it didn't
But-
go. It didn't even go anywhere. He didn't
It
even
felt
become
like
Green
he
Lantern.
didn't want it so much as we didn't want to go to school.
Yeah,
Like, guys, I don't want this thing. Take it, please.
I'm not feeling good,
Yeah.
Mom.
yeah,
I don't want a child, Susan.
Yeah.
The condom broke.
yeah. The biggest problem with the Tomorrowverse, there was so much stuff that happened off screen that they wasn't really any development. Like the Justice League is formed off screen. Dick Grayson isn't Robin for some reason. Also, Carter Hawk is Speedy in this universe and not Roy Harper for some reason.
Batman hates children.
Yeah, that was a weird
That was such a weird thing. That sounds highly irresponsible. And it's confirmed that Dick
Yeah.
Grayson did lose his parents.
Yeah, but he just dropped him off at an orphanage and never took him in like that. Taking that away from Batman's character, because in a way, Batman needs a Robin.
I
In
would
a
have
way.
liked if
Yeah,
that Batman was,
it was a
so much
mistake,
darker.
Oh yeah, Batman needed Robin more than Robin needed Batman
Yeah.
I'll say this.
in certain senses.
Jason
In certain
could
senses.
be the first Robin in James Gunn's universe. I will die on this hill.
Oh, really?
I think it'd be an amazing twist on the story. The first Robin is a failure. Like he dies to the Joker.
Unfortunately, that's not what we're gonna get.
And
Wait,
that-
James Gunn's universe or Matt Reeves' universe?
Either way, it'd work. And then later down the line, when Nightwing appears, Red Hood.
Oh,
That could be
basically what they
interesting.
did in Batman White Knight in the comics.
In a way, yeah. Like,
Because that's what they did. They switched Jason and Dick. They had Jason be the first Robin. He is still captured and tortured by the Joker and is presumed dead. He goes back to Batman only to find out that he replaced him with Dick Grayson.
Yeah, which
except
would
I think
then
the
lead
biggest
to
change to that. Have Jason die for sure, but Dick is like 5 years younger. So, and like he knew of him. Like
Yeah.
he goes, "Oh, we should go see the circus after this mission, Bruce. You adopted the kid we were going to see in the circus, Bruce." And then like but the entire time Bruce doesn't know Jason's alive. He comes back and that's the Nightwing solo movie.
Ooh,
and so then it would be like Jason versus Dick then.
Yeah.
That would be really cool actually.
yeah.
Because
I can see that.
And it could be like their own version. I know this happened with Tim, but you remember that part in the comics where Jason pulled up to Titan's Tower in a Robin costume and beat the absolute hell out of Tim
he
Drake?
did it 3 times. Once in the cave, once in Titan's Tower, and once on a mission. And
That
then
is
went
hilarious.
in Damien then did the same thing to Tim.
Oh no, Damien hates
guys,
Tim in the comics.
Guys, I actually have to go. Hey guys,
thanks
I
for
actually
stopping by, Melissa.
have to start heading out. But this was a really great stream. Let me know when you guys are doing another one. Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know. On
Definitely.
Do you know
Instagram,
when
yeah.
your next one might be?
Yeah,
do you know when your
depending on
next one might
scheduling,
be?
we might do another one next week. I'll let you know. It will probably be either on a Wednesday or on a Friday.
Okay, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true, Mystic Skywalker. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that
sorry
comment
for
came
getting
in
your
really
comments so
late.
late. I'm not sure if you're still here, Mystic, but yeah, good. Any closing statements you want to make before heading out, Melissa?
Just that this was a really great. This was a really great stream. You guys are the goats.
Thank
you. I really appreciate you adding me on here.
Oh yeah.
And that I really enjoy talking about the DC Marvel. Getting to unlock that certain side of me, other than just Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
And hopefully Shamoon is able to get us something new for
Yeah, I know he's going to be filming
newsworthy,
some
you
stuff
know.
for the Scotland Comic Con. Yeah, my plan
He said
is
that
to
he's-
one
he said
day
he's
do
gonna
a
try-
stream where we get Shamoon, Jacob, and Cody all on stream. That's my goal.
I got my
That
bread.
would be awesome.
Yeah, because I have been talking with both
That would
Shamoon
be
and
great.
Cody on Instagram, and after Cody's fully moved in, I'll probably do another Cobra Kai because I do plan on doing a fully Cobra Kai stream with a bunch of you guys with Jacob. Hopefully if I can get Darius,
Yeah.
RJ, Shamoon, Cody on that, and I'm going to do another DC centered stream with probably these guys. So those are the next 2 streams I have planned.
So if you could get let me know when you guys do the Cobra Kai stream with the big goats with the main
the
goats.
Cobra Kai content
ones that
creating
started-
big 3 on YouTube. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
All right. Thanks for stopping by, Melissa.
If you'd like, I would like to be a part of that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome anytime on your Melissa.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, and anytime you want to talk Cobra Kai, I'm always here.
Mhm.
Don't
right?
mind me fridging stuff.
All right. Take care, Melissa.
Right. You too. Take care, guys.
Have a good
All
day.
right.
Yeah.
But okay, I gotta say, worst Robin is Tim, and I'll die on that hill.
Tim has been done so dirty because they have done.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last thing they did with Tim in the comics.
Made
I'm gonna be
him
honest.
gay.
Okay. Other than that,
Made him queer or bisexual, and
Other than
had
that.
Stephanie Brown dislike him and be homophobic towards him.
yeah, that was weird. I don't know why they did that.
Did you hear about what the deleted panel?
What?
They made them turn into more brother and sister afterwards.
Yeah, that
And
was
her
odd. I
saying
don't know why
she
they did
always
that.
knew.
Oh,
That's weird. That's almost as bad as in the Zeb Wells Spider-Man run, where Peter told Black Cat that MJ is like a sister to him. Like, bro, what is this?
No, it's
Yeah,
worse than when Jean Grey told Bobby that he was gay. It was like the reading of it was so bad, dude. I fucking cringed when I read that.
I hate when writers do that kind of thing.
I know, like.
And here's the thing. Apparently, it could easily be fake. We have no idea what's happening with the Batman movie. Apparently, we are getting a gay Bat family member that is very prominent. That is not Batwoman.
Who would that be other than Tim then? If it's
Alfred.
not Batwoman.
There's been rumors and theories that it's going to be Dick.
It's Alfred. Because
they have said that or alluded to in comics that he is bisexual. But every time someone asks a writer, they say no. It's just DC branding.
I mean, that would. I mean, if they were to do that, then I mean, what about Barbara? Then, like, would that?
They have a kid now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
They just announced her pregnancy.
Yeah.
And I'm reading the comics. I need to go back this weekend and pick some up, but it's kind of gross. Won't lie.
Yeah.
Especially there's a comic recently where Barbara steals a supervillain's outfit and alludes to them
I think I heard about
freaky with it. I read it.
I don't understand these decisions.
They cosplayed as Harley Quinn and Joker.
I don't know. That's so dumb.
No. She's cosplaying as a villain or she's wearing the villain suit that had a thing for Nightwing.
That is really weird.
Kevin,
I hate it when comics do that.
You should look it up.
Which villain is?
Okay, we covered a lot in this stream. We went over the Sony stuff, casting stuff. I think we basically covered everything I had planned. We could go over. We could stay.
We didn't talk about Nova yet.
Oh yeah, we talked about it a little bit. I think that was before you came out, but we can talk about it now. So, like, the main rumor was that Sholomana Dueña, who plays Jaime Reyes at Blue Beetle or Miguel in Cobra Kai, is going to be Sam Alexander, who is the second most well-known Nova. I think he would be a decent Sam Alexander. It's not going to happen. They already have plans that Blue Beetle is going to get an animated series. They're probably going to put Blue Beetle in the Titans at some point in the DCU. He's just not going to have the time for it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know who the actor is, but that actor looks way too young to be Richard Rider.
Yeah, I want to see who's going to play, my boy Dick Rider.
Yeah, and
they're going to make 110 jokes about that in the MCU.
Yeah, 100%. That's going to be funny. Yeah. The one thing I have heard is that they're going to show a flashback of Thanos going to Xandar.
I really hoped they would, because that was just so nonchalantly said in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Like it'd be really cool to see him go to the planet.
Oh, I think maybe that's how we get introduced to Sam, because because I can't remember how it was. I think in the comics, I can't remember if Sam's dad's helmet came to him or he found it or something. They could do something
where the helmet because it crashed near him.
Yeah, they could do something where it's almost Green Lantern-esque. His dad sends that helmet to Sam, or just sends it back to his house or something. Because I know the black helmet Novas are like a different class in the comics.
I think they're the elite.
Yeah, they're the elite, so they could do something similar with that
special unit.
Yeah, I am curious. How would you do it? Would you do it with Richard? Would you do it with Sam? Would you do it with both if you were in charge of this Nova series?
I think doing it with Sam is a good way to do it. Kind of having Richard already be established and he's already done his stuff, and
he was
his dad's a janitor, or Richard's like a janitor at the time when Sam starts coming up and becoming Nova. And basically kind of have it be he doesn't really believe his dad in all the stories of him being Nova, and he just kind of thinks he's this bum, and he then ends up becoming Nova, kind of having it start like that, essentially.
I agree with that, because it would also with like the current stage that the MCU is in, it's like there's so much that's happened already. It would make sense if there was already a like that if his dad was like already doing his thing, maybe like while Thanos is going around, maybe like he was helping in the background with like different and also with like we're getting like there's like the younger cast of characters now, which like young Avengers, so it would also kind of fit. So I agree with Cameron, actually. I think that would probably be a good way to go about it.
Do we have flying Nova units outside the ships already though?
I'm not sure. We might, but then again, there's not a lot we really know about the Nova Corps because they were shown in Guardians 1,
2,
and then
for like
were they shown in Guardians 2?
I thought
they were shown, I think, briefly.
Yeah, in that one walking scene where they're like, "Hey, here's a mission."
Yeah,
or like in the start.
Yeah, and then it was like near the end too, when Ego was activating all his seeds. One of them was on Xandar. So
the chat delay is really long. I just thought, I put a 10 in there. I was like, okay, it's been like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I was just so curious because I'm like thinking about using this thing.
Yeah, I actually do like StreamYard. I think that's probably what I'm going to use for most of my streams, gaming streams, because I know I just recently saw that StreamYard can stream your desktop view, so that can make things easier when I do gaming streams. Which, gaming streams are returning to the channel. I'm going to talk about that right before we end.
Awesome.
I'm doing one here in a little over an hour.
Yeah. But anyway, I think I really like the idea of them using Sam. Then again, I have a personal bias because Sam Alexander was my Nova. He was the first Nova I was introduced to before I found out about Richard Rider. Because my first introduction to Sam Alexander was in Ultimate Spider-Man. Then I started. Then I think when it was after they did all new, all different Marvel, I was reading the Champion stuff. Then I started reading a lot of the solo stuff, and then that's what later on I found out about Richard Rider, and I kind of went on like a deep dive of finding his comics, and they're really good. And I love Nova as a character. I've been wanting to see Nova ever since Phase 4, and I think the chance of us finally getting Nova is on the horizon because. Nova has been mentioned, and they mentioned this project, I think 2 years ago, but
it's
there's
definitely
been
overdue.
No updates on it, and I feel like it's long overdue to introduce someone like Nova.
I thought they mentioned in Guardians 2 or around.
Because the Guardians still exist, but the original team has been disbanded for the most part. Captain Marvel is just not well received. Eternals was well received, and they're going to need like someone in the cosmic side to kind of bring in that audience and that side of Marvel. And I think Nova's the perfect character for that, at least in my opinion.
We did have a Silver Surfer movie planned. Granted, that was forever ago, and I haven't seen it on the slate since.
I did see recently that they're doing a Silver Surfer series on Disney Plus. I don't know how that's going to work though. If that's going to be the Norman Reedus Silver Surfer, or that's going to be the Silver Surfer from the Fantastic Four universe, whatever Earth that takes place.
I think what I heard was it's supposed to be a female surfer
in that movie. Yeah, but they could do something where maybe they introduce Norman Reedus in the series. But then again, it does depend on what route they decide to go with. I'm all for with either. It just really depends on execution.
And then we're officially getting King Thanos in like the Disney ride too.
Yeah,
which apparently is an offshoot of the main MCU timeline.
Yeah, I still feel like
there's a canon behind the Disneyland. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So apparently
that's right. Yeah, there's a whole story too. And on the Disney cruise, they did like some promotion for that where Miss Marvel teamed up with Sam's Captain America.
I've seen the videos. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, they fought like a revived Ultron or something with Ant-Man.
It was there's a whole storyline very loosely, and they had comics for a small bit of time, like promotional ones. But there was a theory I saw where like all the Disney Plus shows take place in that universe. Or
really?
Like the animated ones, like the What If and what's it called?
Okay.
I'm blanking on the name. Marvel Zombies takes place.
Marvel Zombies.
Like it is an offshoot of that main universe. And what we see is an offshoot of the main MCU. Which is why like Spider-Man has different designs, and Iron Man's still alive. We get Steve and
they had T'Challa walking around.
I mean that would make it make more sense.
Along with Hulk in his time display or in his time uniform. Which is weird that he's using the concept design. Last I saw, he was still in that concept design, not in the actual movie design. So I feel like the rebooted MCU is going to take a lot of inspiration from the Disney parks, because we got Tom Holland's Spider-Man that is the same Peter Parker technically. And then we know it's RDJ's Iron Man inspirational, like, and Hugh Jackman, like, you know. I think the only main, then with the, like what you mentioned, Kevin, how they had the actual actors doing it too for that little movie. So it makes me wonder if we're getting more stuff based off that.
Maybe. I mean, we could see. I could see them doing something like that.
Plus, that way we get Iron Man back in the MCU, because their suits are different, which.
They could have it be like a variant Iron Man, I guess.
And then
if they want to.
It's Peggy Carter, I think, has also appeared there.
Oh, as Captain Carter or just regular Peggy Carter?
Captain.
Okay.
Before and after. She was just Captain Carter and then went to Agent Carter, or swap.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting to think how that could be like a nexus point.
Yeah, because they could implement that in the actual MCU if they wanted to via Secret Wars with the whole multiverse stuff they're doing.
Well, we got King Thanos, which in that universe officially. And King Thanos, you read that comic?
Not yet.
So Ghost Rider is the Punisher, and he either time travels or multiverse hops with a baby this time displaced Thanos.
I know that comic.
Right. And then
is it based off of the original one for this Avengers Campus thing?
I think so.
Really?
King
Thanos
Thanos
okay, they're basing off that. Interesting.
I remember
King
that.
Thanos killed all the Avengers. He won. Silver Surfer's the last character. Punisher became Ghost Rider. Then he loses due to the 616 Thanos traveling to the future, beating his ass, and like, no, you're a pussy. I'm doing this for me. The comic is metal because Silver Surfer is now the Cosmic Surfer, and he's all black. That's where we get that really unique look. And he's wielding Mjolnir. He's the last being in the universe too. Like, it's just these small groups of characters. Hulk wants to die. He's been a prisoner of Thanos.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And so big thing is,
and Hulk being Hulk is like immortal or whatever, practically, right?
Yeah, he can't die. I think he turns to Banner at one point in the comic, and he tries to get killed, and Thanos eventually kills him. It's a whole thing.
All right. We got some good news for people, because I know this has been a discourse for a while when it comes to Captain America 4. Now, this isn't confirmed. This is just rumors. Reportedly, they have finally removed Sabra from the film.
Who?
So there was a lot of discourse because Sabra is an Israeli character. I don't know if you heard about that whole situation. Now, this isn't confirmed yet, but it's reported that they have finally removed her from the film. And the original plan was to tell Sam that she's a mutant. And then she went to become a former Black Widow. But allegedly, now this isn't confirmed, allegedly that her entire character is removed from the film, but we won't know for sure until the movie releases. Yeah.
I'm excited for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, dude.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely watching that.
I just, in the
Are you going to be in town in the December?
Maybe. I know I'm coming down for Christmas time, but I don't know how long I'm down there for. I have like 2 weeks off or 3. But we just got a little interview from Josh Hutcherson talking about the sequel for FNAF.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
He said it's, like, summarizing it, scarier, having a lot more fun, and new characters are being introduced from the series.
I do hope it is a little bit scary, because the first one wasn't really like.
Yeah.
I kind of get why, like, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. It's not really that scary.
I want to see more horror elements into it.
It would be nice if there was more actual, like, you know.
And I hope they stick to more of the lore, because I wasn't a fan of some of the changes they made.
It's going to be hard, though, with a sequel. With FNAF 2 originally being a prequel.
Yeah, I did not like the fact that Vanessa is Afton's daughter. I did not like that change. I think that was really unnecessary.
I think it's going to be revealed that Vanessa was adopted, and Mike, Garrett, and Abby are actually Afton's kids, but got taken away, and Henry adopted them.
Maybe
that's something.
Idea.
Only reason is there's such a similarity between Josh Hutcherson and I'm blanking on the actor's name, the dude that played Springtrap.
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard. I want him.
Zoinks.
Zoinks, Scoob. I don't know about this.
Yeah, he's good in horror, and I am excited for that. I did like the FNAF film, but I hope with this sequel they make some improvements, and like you said, Volk, that they make it a bit more scary. I know they probably won't do it. I want it to actually be R-rated. I know it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah,
but
my biggest gripe, my biggest gripe with the first movie was that I wanted to I was hoping that they would at least stick to how he died in the games. Like he got trapped in the back room, was chased around by the actual spirits of the kids. I know why they did it in the movie, but it's it would have been nice if they stuck to at least how he died in the games.
They stuck to more of the book,
and then but the books they're their own. It's such a weird thing. It's the books are their own canon. It's an alternate timeline or whatever of the games.
Yeah. We all know,
but it's but it's also really messed up because it's there are also part of the books that even though it's an alternate timeline of the games, there are parts of the books that are canon to the games, which is weird.
It's similar concepts.
Yeah, it's
now people are starting to think that Henry had 2 kids and Afton only killed one of them, or he kidnapped one and that's a crying child. The FNAF community's fucked. But
it's
full of the ultimate ADHD kids.
It's all Matt Pat's fault.
I wouldn't even blame Matt Pat at this point. He tried, but it's the fan base going off of headcanon and making that the absolute canon.
Headcanon
they can't take reasoning into consideration. They're worse than Sony. If the FNAF fans was Sony, or Sony and FNAF fans are so similar because they don't listen to reason. They just do, I like that.
Oh God!
How the fuck you get Evan from breaking a rule and then you're like, I'm going with that, even though it breaks the rules of how I got everything else, and then go, oh hey, this is the actual answer that was solved years ago when the thing first released. No, I don't like that. I don't like the name David. I like Evan more.
Actually, his name is Cliff. Thank you very much.
It's kind of like in seasons. I can't remember if it was season 7 or season 8 of Smallville where they introduced that really weird storyline where Lionel and this group were waiting for the Traveler, which is Clark, but that was never established before because this is a new storyline from new writers that wasn't a part of the old canon. I always hate stuff like that, just retcons that just don't make any sense. It's retconning for the sake of retconning.
What would you say is the worst retcon though in the MCU?
Oh man, that's a good question.
Yeah,
there's been quite a few.
Then here, what's one thing you wish they would retcon in the MCU?
She-Hulk, the entire thing.
Yeah.
Just she was never there in the Shadow Realm.
Yeah,
I don't think you were here or heard, Cameron, but she's fired.
She got fired?
They fired her. Yeah, they fired the actress.
Really?
They did She-Hulk so dirty. I love Jen as a character in the comics.
Are they going to recast another Hulk?
Apparently they're recasting her, or just taking her out.
Thought adding a
they're either going to recast her,
take her out,
or just replace her with Amadeus Cho's Hulk or Scar or whatever it is they decided to do. I don't know what.
Apparently that's not Scar anymore either.
I forgot about Scar. Oh my God, that
was weird. They just put him in there. It kind of felt like originally they were planning to replace Hulkling with Scar. But then I guess the plans have changed. I don't know, because I know the management of Disney has changed since then, because Bob Iger is back in charge now.
Until next year.
Oh, until next year. Okay.
So his contract, he wants to be out by the end of, or by 2026, so end of next year. But he said he'd stick around until things are actually stable again, which probably won't be till about 2028.
Didn't he just come back basically because he was like, yeah, you guys are screwed.
They literally begged him. I don't remember the exact number that was talked about, but it was pretty much we'll buy you an island in a small country.
Yeah. Overall, this was a pretty successful stream. We got through a lot of good stuff. Any closing thoughts before we decide to wrap things up here? About any topics or anything?
Get a Hulk right.
So
that's my
horrible
closing.
All I'll say is that in recent years, I have grown more and more concerned for the quality of like movies, games, TV shows, like all in general. Just like it's become increasingly more and more like just.
Don't even get me started on games. Especially with the whole Sweet Baby situation with video games right now, but that's a whole other stream.
I'm just hoping that
thing with the games too.
I'm just hoping that like Marvel, Sony, etc. can like get their shit together and just like start putting out quality things.
Just listen to the fans. Listen to the fans.
Yeah. Same with Star Wars.
Same with Star Wars. Wanting to continue working with Sony or Marvel games after Wolverine or Spider-Man 3 when their contracts are up. Apparently, they're dropping it.
Oh, okay.
Because
I feel
the data hacker can't cause the online game to get canceled. DLC is delayed, and Wolverine might be delayed or is getting majorly reworked and crunched due to the hack. And they're pissed. So
what was
shown
shown actually looked really good too. So that's unfortunate.
What's worse is the story got leaked.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And so Marvel's not happy and having them rework over half the game, which is bullshit. And they can't change the release date. And apparently it's stuck on PS5.
Oh, damn.
So gaming has been kind of an absolute shit show, but Sony is
in general just needs reworking.
They need to get rid of Avi Arad. And
I am just so disappointed because Sony, if they want to have something set for the MCU, they can make it work if it's done correctly. But just with what they're doing right now, it's not working. Nobody asked for half of these projects. Like having a Venom universe where Spider-Man doesn't exist is wild. Like I don't know what you were thinking with that. I don't know why you thought that was a good idea. And if you don't want it to be the MCU, and if you're worried that people will get too confused with two Peter Parkers, make this. You could have used Ben Reilly. You could have used Miles. If you want to be like diverse, you could have used Jessica Drew, Gwen Stacy, Silk, like etc. Overall, just am not a fan with the way Sony has done it. And if RJ was here right now, he'd be ranting about that right now because he has a lot of opinions about Sony as a company.
I don't think they like money. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And Avi Arad,
they care more about IP than actually making money.
Here's something. I'd rather the X-Men and Fox never be bought and Sony giving Spider-Man back to Marvel. That's why I wish. I would take that trade. All of Fox characters can go back to Fox. Fox can be its own entity as long as Spider-Man is back in the MCU.
Yeah.
That's all. I won't lie because I want more X-Men movies and I don't want to wait 10 years just for one sequel where the characters are now 60 instead of 50 and they were 40 in their first movie. I want movies to be fun. X-Men could have been the perfect allegory for so much shit happening today, but instead we're having to wait for it.
Oh, yeah, it's
definitely
weird. I feel like next stream we should go into, because like there's so much more we can go into in terms of like video games, Star Wars. There's so much stuff happening with Star Wars lately.
Hopefully, I can get Jacob on the stream because he has a lot of opinions. Because Jacob over at the Chosen One, he's a huge Star Wars fan.
We also got.
I would love to talk Star Wars,
dude. Star Wars says. Fuck.
Oh, that's a whole.
And then Halo
topic.
too.
Yeah.
Volk, you and me would just bitch about Halo for days.
Halo the show?
Oh yeah,
no, I've seen Halo the show.
Oh, what a great
going to PlayStation for some fucking reason with a remake.
Oh yeah.
But you know what's worse? The remake might not even come out until the PS7, is what leakers said.
You might as well just not do the remake at that point, because
you might as well just kill the franchise. Just shoot it. Just put it down out of its misery. Let us be happy.
Or give it back, or just give it back to Bungie.
No, don't give it to Bungie. Bungie can fuck off.
Yeah. So yeah, this was a pretty successful first stream with this brand new crew, and I think those are it for our closing thoughts. Unless you guys want to bring anything else up, I'm thinking about wrapping it up here. Thank you all for everybody that commented in the stream. Mystic Skywalker, Natalie's, Cobra Kai Underground, Carmen,
But you do have to actually show them. They don't just pop up. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Let's see. Anybody else that I missed up here? Melissa, it was great talking to you again. Darth Chosen, thanks for popping in as well. And if anybody has any questions, they can put it in the live chats. But other than that, before we close off, any future streams? So, like I said with Melissa, 2 new streams I'm planning to do with like the regular crew is a fully Cobra Kai stream, a full DC stream. It's mainly going to be focused on DCU, but we'll probably talk like comic runs and stuff. But it's mainly just what we talked about before with the current DC projects, fan casts. But most importantly, it's going to be focused on projects we want to see. That's going to be like a whole centered stream. And I'm probably doing another stream, Star Wars stream. I think is probably gonna be maybe at the end of the month. What I'm gonna try to do, because I don't want to get too burnt out, I'll probably stream once a week or once every other week, depending on scheduling. But let's see. I think that's for in terms of group streams. That's gonna be the plan. And for those wondering about live reactions, because I've teased a little bit of that, I'm gonna start experimenting with that by doing dual streams, because with StreamYard you can stream on multiple platforms at the same time. So I'll do some dual streams with YouTube and Kick with live reactions. First one I plan on doing, I might do a live reaction to the Superman and Lois season 4 premiere. That's gonna be a 2-hour premiere, so I'll probably do that maybe Tuesday, because that doesn't show up on streaming until like the day after it airs. So expect that. I might do like some One Piece reactions over there. And if you guys have anything you want me to react to, and I'm bringing back movie watch parties, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm planning on doing the Scream series. I might do the Terminator trilogy, because I did say years ago I was going to do the Terminator trilogy. I never got around to it. So if you guys have any movie reactions, TV show reactions, want me to do live reaction watch parties, and I'll even bring some of these guys, Jacob and some other people on as well. When I do the Scream series, I'm going to try to get Jacob on there, because I know Jacob is a fan of that franchise as well. But yeah, so if you guys want to support, follow me on Kick, the link is in the description below. I think that's pretty much it. So thank you, Volk, Cameron, and Chris for popping in. Also, Chris has his own channel. I'll put a link in the description and in the comments. But yeah, he does gaming streams. He does he has a second channel where he does animation, so go check that out as well. And for gaming streams, so I can confirm Sparking Zero streams are going to happen.
Kevin, we must.
Jedi Survivor streams are also going to happen. I might jump into competitive multiplayer games. I might not. I'm still deciding on that, like Helldivers and Overwatch. Possibly, hasn't been confirmed yet. It depends on my schedule, but in terms of like the main ones, Sparking Zero and Jedi Survivor are going to be the main ones. I might do Wukong, and if you guys have any games you want me to stream as well, comments or chat or post, whatever, and you can even DM me on Instagram. I like to just get that discussion, build that community over there. But anyway, guys, yeah, thank you all so much for jumping in, and thank you for these fine gentlemen for joining me in the stream. This was a lot of fun, and we're going to be doing this a lot more often.
Thank you for inviting.
Kevin, if
think of this as kind of like, think of this as like an expansion on like the whole Chosen One universe. Jacob has Kings of Pop Culture and Delta Avengers. Adam has Dynamic Duo. Think of this as like my own like little spin-off. I haven't decided what to call this little podcast live stream we're going to do, but I think when we do the next one, I'll probably have a whole name for that.
What's the name of our Discord server?
But anyway, guys, yeah, thank you for everybody who tuned in to the stream. And yeah, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on all notifications so don't miss any future content. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and Kick for live streams. And if you guys are looking for all my uncut reactions, they're up on Patreon. I'm almost done uploading all of season 3 of Smallville. Gonna work on season 4 next week. But yeah, guys, and I'll keep you guys updated on community posts and Instagram stories. So yeah, feel free to jump in. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction. Let me get this right here. I'll see you guys in the next reaction. I don't know what happened over there. I'll see you guys in the next reaction stream. See you guys later.
All right.